slow defeat.
Oh, he's fucked. He's a nugget with no base.
We should.
Awesome.
It'd be pretty easy, I think, to just glue that together, you know.
Yeah,
Enoch's breaking
Both
as well.
hands and both legs.
Enoch's breaking as well. Oh, maybe that's Enoch's hand.
Ah, he's fine.
No, that's Doreen's. That's
It's
Doreen's hand.
pretty long here.
Can only do vocal material spells now, though.
Okay, right.
So what's going on, DM?
So,
Whoa, he's fixed.
Magic.
I guess Dragos is not covered.
Dragos is not.
Dragos isn't with
I
us.
mean, you guys have basically managed to slink away.
Yeah,
We're like, are we not outside at this point? Yes.
I guess, pretty much. Well,
There is that
we
guy
didn't
by
go
the
through
door.
opening the door, to be fair. We never... You just ran off last
Yeah.
thing, so you have
And
to
the
get
door
past
is
the two
closed.
guards again. You are invisible,
The door is closed. Yeah.
but, you know,
Oh,
The door is closed and there's two people stood outside the door.
yeah.
So
Who are slightly on edge because he just got made to open the door.
And you said they would have heard
They would have
Calamity
heard.
now.
Well, would
They've
they
heard
not have
Calamity.
run in?
They might have run in.
Yeah, they...
I
They
would
wouldn't
never
have
abandoned
left
their
their
post.
post. No, right, okay. I know one thing about these guys.
You are all invisible though, so
Yeah.
and you got past without trace.
So you're at the door.
Oh, yeah, we have. We've got
Cor-
password traces.
Maybe Rudy's managed to peer underneath and says they're like looking pretty feisty on the other side.
Oh yeah, you're a little spider.
They're
You
not a
like
spider. I might just go and bite them and see what happens. And then just I'm a dwarf.
Imagine how scary that'd be being bitten by a spider. You slap it and it just turns into a dwarf.
Slap it again.
Go back to a spider.
I think it'd be pretty freaky to be like on edge, holding down a door that's gonna get bitten by a spider. You know, what the fuck?
Yeah, especially if it turns into a dwarf. as
True,
well.
yeah.
So what? You've scurried out. You're having a look.
Yeah,
What go on?
yeah. And then I'm like, right, guys, don't move. They're here. And then,
Could you cause a distraction outside for us?
yeah, all right.
Rudy does the.
Where's my
Rudy does the
What's that, a
Himalayan
flag?
spider.
I mean,
Oh,
That
no.
spider wants to fuck me.
Yeah, imagine fucking a spider and it turning into a druid. As you blow it back out.
Hang on a minute. When would you be fucking the spider?
She's got a mating dance.
True. Yeah.
It's a spider.
And also
if
you
a
got-
spider heavily indicated it was down to fuck,
And also-
I'd fuck it.
also,
Yeah.
you saying that it would turn into a druid implies that you kill the spider as you're fucking.
Obviously, you're gonna kill the spider when you fuck it. It's a fucking spider.
I wish I'd started streaming a bit later. Anyone tuning in, it's like, oh, I'd fuck a spider.
Sorry. So, yeah, we can communicate telepathically.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll say to Polana, I'll say we just crack the door and back against the wall and let them hear
We could do, or we could let Rudy create distraction, and then we can open the door and just walk out.
I'd say that really creating a distraction would be an excellent idea, as it might provide me and Dora an opportunity to crack open this vault.
We don't know where the relic is, do we?
It's in this storage room.
We
Most
assume.
likely.
We assume. Probably, yeah.
I think the scariest animal to see would be.
Oh, no, I'll get one. Oh, James, I bought some bubbles if you want.
Yeah.
I got
So,
there.
no, thank you.
An owlbear. Do an owlbear.
So I think I've discovered something unfortunate about the owl bear.
Oh,
Is that the owl bear?
cancelled or?
Oh,
no.
Multiple hoots.
Sorry, screamers.
Very good.
No, so what I've realised about the owl bear is that it's actually technically a monstrosity and not a beast.
So you
Can't do it.
I thought that was like a big thing for a druid to turn into, or is it just a famous monster?
I don't know, like, yeah.
I think it just happened in that movie we watched, and we were all like, "That's something I could do."
Yeah.
Well, you're saying D&D movie wasn't
Yeah.
canonically accurate?
Bullshit.
So
So I think we should.
It's pretty accurate in general, so I'm surprised that they.
Yeah, it's like Baldur's
It's
Gate 3. It's like
a-
canon, right?
It might be. Is there a later level where
Baldur's
you
Gate
can,
canon.
because you can, at later level druids can just change their appearance to use different animal, so it's not as like one animal you turn into.
I think you've all. What the hell are you talking
I
about?
think there's a thing at like level 20 or something
Yes.
where like you can be more in control of your change, so you can change your arm into like a bear claw without fully wild shaping.
I see.
But now that
Okay.
you said that there's another thing, I'm
No,
doubting
no,
myself.
it's ringing minor bells.
It might be a
Do you
spell, or it
remember
might
if
be
it's a
a.
moon druid thing or a druid thing.
I don't know. It could be a moon druid thing. I can't remember where I saw this.
So you saying no owlbears going forwards?
No, I think that's the
Pretty
rule.
lame of
That's
you.
fair.
Yeah.
Oh, you can use the alter self spell at will at 14th level moon druid.
Right, and that's when you can kind of like basically change your appearance, but animally.
You assume a different form, so you can do an aquatic adaptation. You can change appearance. you can have
It's
a
not
natural
cheat. You weren't the one that
one.
you weren't the one that cheated.
So it's
Like a few
a
levels.
spell. Yeah.
So it gives us a couple of years.
What are those guys?
Yeah, because that
I have no
surely
idea.
that's like half the people.
Boys,
Yeah.
we playing?
Sorry. Yeah. Sorry.
What just
doing?
Beer
happened?
or fizz?
Fizz.
For James.
Some fizz.
Oh, I like it.
Oh.
Do you want to
Oh, that's so sweet. Did you buy the special?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like driving it. I should probably tidy up my shit at some
Yeah.
point.
Week on week, it just gets bigger and bigger.
Every week I'm like, oh, I'll tidy it up. And then I take some stuff and then order some food and then replace it immediately.
So you're not having any?
Oh, that's some.
Lots of him.
Ah,
Who wants it?
When I was counting how many of us there were, I was like, gosh, thingy.
There's only 5 people there.
You don't know what's going on.
Have you watched A Good Place, bro?
Yeah.
You like it?
Yeah.
I loved it.
What's it
Enjoy
called?
it.
Good play. Let's sit down.
It's about a person who gets into the good place, but she should have been in a bad place.
Like afterlife wise.
Yeah, she dies. It's heaven, but she should have been.
Oh God, do you remember?
It's 4 seasons.
We were.
Yes,
Ferg was just like, probably like
really
when we just started living together. We were just like, you know, when all the stuff was going on, we were just like, oh, should we watch something? And it was like, Ferg was like, oh, should we put on The Good Place? And it was literally just like death and afterlife. And I literally like got about 5 minutes in, and Ferg looked at me and was just like, is this okay? And I was like, no.
I was like, there's something else there.
I am not literally. I've not taken in anything. I've just had a panic attack.
Oh.
I was like, no, it's not okay.
I got him good.
Pranked. Fucking pranked.
That's so funny.
Yeah. I was doing that when
But so this promotion means that I'm like can take someone into an operating room for a big operation by myself. Do it.
That's very cool.
And you get to boss around those pathetic underlings.
Yeah, exactly.
Hell yeah, that's what it's all
That's
about.
why you did it, right?
Yeah.
What all the hard work was for.
Yeah, just to be an absolute terror.
Suck my cock.
Sudma.
I'm gonna have a choice.
Yeah.
Where's these sticks? Okie dokie then. This might be the most broken delayed we've ever been in there.
Oh, we've been waiting.
Yeah, it's not 8 yet. That's pretty good for us.
no, I think
that's
it's like
an
actually
hour is
sitting
pretty
down
good.
to the table though and saying, all right, let's start, and then not.
Yeah. Where's the
I think it's
special then?
usually if we're like, all right, come on, we do then start.
Yeah.
We've just been fucking around.
Have a nice time there.
Yeah.
No,
Cheers,
cheers
James.
to Jamesy.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
That's chorus.
Oh,
Yours is
lol.
Thanks.
Before you don't
Cool.
get any.
No, no.
Superstar.
Cheers, James.
Thanks very much, guys. You are very, how you say, cool.
Ironic.
Maybe someone is.
Thank you. you very much, Fergus.
You're welcome.
What a lovely surprise.
It's a lot of effort. You deserve it.
Oh, I thought you meant getting champagne. There's a lot of effort.
Is it champagne?
No, it's like a brute. I think carver.
Or do you like
Gully like carver.
I don't know.
Okay, cool. So, right.
That is what it is.
While I'm invisible, can I take 5 minutes to disguise myself as one of the Dragonborn guards with my disguise disguise kit?
I can disguise us.
3 foot tall dragonborn. Like, yeah, I've been here the whole time.
Hi
guys, it's
I
me.
don't think you'd be able to like see what you're doing.
I've got a mass disguise spell. If you'd like to blend in.
All right. So maybe in the corner, just like here.
Well, hang on.
Yeah.
Before we do that,
Okay.
let's address the
Yeah,
people at the door.
let's get 'em out.
Because that will ultimately affect
Yeah.
what you guys are doing.
Yeah.
You plan the Odyssey.
You guys are in the corner, communing with how you're going to approach the situation.
I think your cat wants to get out.
Meanwhile, I'll say time's ticking relatively fast. So what's going on? What's the plan? Quick snap.
Yeah, I'm just going to turn into a rabid dog and start rummaging around some bins.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
And are you trying to get their attention just by rummaging around the bins, or are you?
But you're
blending in?
you're inside this little hallway.
She's
No, I'm
stuck
trying to-
under. Is
I'm
it
trying to get them
now.
to look at me and go like, what the fuck's that over there?
Okay.
So very much so.
Being a distraction.
I'll run at them rabid, like
Yeah. Okay, and be like barking
like
at them.
like foam. I can do that, right?
Uh,
Just saliva all over my
Yeah,
face.
yeah.
Give us a performance just to see how you do. I think it will cause a distraction anyway, but I just want to see how it goes.
Yeah, dog so.
Okay, nice. 18.
Worth.
So you kind of in your sort of Doberman type form. What are we thinking here? What kind of dog are you?
No, like really like kind of rotting one.
I revolted like a mangy.
Like a
dog.
mangy,
Okay,
gross
that's
one that
not
they don't really
species,
like.
but I
So like a knoll, more like a knoll then. That'd be cool.
I mean, a knoll is like a humanoid.
Oh. They're not like a knoll then.
Oh. I wish I hadn't googled rotten dog.
Okay, no, like
she's
a
just
kind of, like a
she's
bull, like a
mangy
bull
dog.
terrier.
Yeah. A bull terrier.
Yeah.
That's all mangy.
That's gross. Doesn't have to be big. It has to look sick.
Okay. Yeah. Alright, you're a weird little dog. And you come running up to them, like that,
Yeah,
foaming at the mouth.
gross, yeah.
And you see that they're looking at the door and they kind of don't want to take their eyes off it, but you see they're kind of turning around going, like, get away. And as you're kind of getting closer and more fearsome, one of them comes over and I guess probably goes to boot you.
Yeah.
And I say, Palana, now's our chance. And can I roll a stealth and see if we can get out the door?
Hold on, Gesh, there's still one there, I believe. We need both of them distracted before we can open the door.
Oh gosh.
Nah, mate, go for it. One of them distracted. It's your best chance.
It is.
Because
our
we're all
best chance.
completing. We're all speaking
Without.
Sometimes in a heist, shit goes south. Don't be afraid of adopting the school's end motto, Palana.
Which motto? There's many schools in motto.
That's the beauty of a school's end motto, Dungeon Master. It can be really anything you want it to be at the time, because literally anything is justified.
Well, in that case, don't forget the school's end motto, let's stay in here.
Let's be timid and pathetic. That's my, alright, okay, so this guy stomps over to you and he rolls a nat 1 to kill you.
He falls over!
He goes to swing at you. Oh, fucking hell, falls over.
That's it.
She's been rummaging through some bins and has dislodged a banana skin. As he goes over to beat you, he's like,
He falls over and you see that the guy just turns around and he goes, oh, you alright? And he goes over to see if he's alright, and as he does, he's like, piss off, you mangy mutt! Like that. So they're both currently away from the door.
Let's go.
Alright.
Okay.
How are we stealthing out? Are you stealthing out?
Well, we're invisible
We're
and
invisible
we've got
and
pass
we've got
without
pass
trace.
without
So we're fucking chilling.
Yeah, give me the rolls anyway, just in
Okay.
case one of you
With advantage because we're working together.
No. But only half of you have to succeed.
But it's plus 10 anyway, so.
Wait, what? We're on stealth.
Yeah, plus 10 anyway. 21
Going on?
What? No, with
plus
plus
10.
10.
Oh, 19.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Really bad roll.
I rolled a -1.
To be fair, you got a dex of 6.
Okay, so you guys slink out of the door and you see that it kind of closes behind you with like, you know, one of the little wafty door closes almost. And
A wafty door close.
yeah, you slink out, and you see that his guy's like, he's like, oh yeah, I'm all right, and they stand up and he goes, right, we better guard this door before anyone might get out.
Close the door behind you so that no one's wiser.
Did you just hear a waft?
Yeah, they've got wicked high perception. Okay, so you guys managed to slunk out, and as for Dorwin and Enoch, what are they up to? Has the plan been devised?
Not all, mate. It's not their motto. On the fly.
Khazal has a lot of money.
Yeah. It's the beauty of the great city. All right, Dorwin. What are you reckoning? I just think it's a cool roleplay if we devise the plan now. Could we say like is this what we're
It could've
devising the
taken
plan
by-
at the same time as they're like sneaking out kind of thing?
And also they're invisible. In theory, they could
We
be
got
speaking to
time.
telepathically. They could be just slinking in a corner.
Yeah.
You could take 30 seconds to put up a plan while you're invisible.
I'm gonna say just for the sake of it as well, because there's people kind of like rummaging around the place. I'm imagining Dorwin's probably just like under a table or something. Meanwhile, Enoch, you're just kind of like
I'm on the
dodging
ceiling.
around. Oh, you're on the ceiling.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
You're on the ceiling.
Can I see through the keyhole
Of that
of that door?
room.
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll. I would say you probably can a little bit. Yeah.
Okay.
I could earlier, I think, right?
That was a different one.
Different.
Was it? Wait,
Okay.
is this the one with the guy in?
No.
No, this is.
Oh, this is the
just
storeroom.
The storeroom.
We went
yeah.
Ah,
down to
okay.
So I'll say Dorwin. It might be.
Should I tell you what you can see? before you
Yeah,
go
yeah.
back up? So through there you can see that there's a sort of short corridor with two doors either side, and at the end there's kind of like an archway. This corridor's a little bit wider than the other ones.
Two doors
and
either
yeah,
side.
at the end there's this archway which kind of seems to lead into a room. And give me a perception.
A nat 1.
Nat 1, and it's just kind of a bit of a
That's what I can say.
just kind of a
Look,
foggy
it's-
blur
it's-
at the end.
it's
They're,
your-
they're the two doors, right?
It's your Torsen the balls.
There's some kind of foggy blur back there.
Sorry, was there a foggy blur?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's because you got that one.
On your perception,
roll.
savage.
It's just looking at the door.
It's not even looking through the key.
Oh,
Yeah,
Okay,
there's just
okay,
a
well.
key in the door.
I rolled a perception. I rolled a 23.
Oh, okay, nice.
Actually, I used my inspiration.
So instead, what you can see at the end of the corridor
There is some stuff going on.
is, I mean, from your sort of
This is the most pointless use of an inspiration.
yeah, it just has to go in there. It's a room that seems to have a bunch of sort of barrels and crates just dotted around.
Okay. Can I see any people, or can I hear any people? With my high perception score.
You can hear people rummaging around. You can also hear the buzz of Rook's hammer as well as he's kind of stomping around the place looking for whoever's here.
And Rook is back here, is he?
No, he's over here, but I'm just saying you can hear it.
Okay, but can I hear anyone back here?
From in that room? No, it sounds like there's no one down there.
Alright, okay. Dorwin, we can see through
You
the
detect a bit of a foul smell as well, by the way.
Okay.
Coming up through that
Alright.
sort of direction.
like a dangerous, poisoning, noxious cloud, or
no,
just like a bit
like
mouldy?
a farty, pooey smell.
You shit yourself.
Alright, Dorwin. It's too hot to open the door. They'll know we're here even if we're invisible. I reckon we teleport in, nice and quiet, and then you make us invisible again. You feeling up for it?
Yeah, okay. I'm happy to get out of this room.
Alright. We.
And by teleporting, you're uninvisibling.
Yeah. But
What happened before they teleport?
I don't think so.
No.
I think a teleport's an instantaneous thing, so
Yeah.
it would, but you'd be gone.
At the moment,
Right, I
you.
see. But
Yeah.
All right.
Is your teleport a spell or a psychic ability
It's a
thing?
psychic ability.
What's the wording of the invisibility? And what is the? You have a look at the wording of invisibility. I'll look at invisibility.
You manifest one of your psychic blades. You roll it and throw it. I don't think it's not an attack. It's not a spell.
Yeah. Interesting. Well, I think I would say it probably would uninvisibilize you just because you're throwing this dagger, which is like kind of like an attack. So I think I might roll with that. Because if you're like, what's the difference between doing that and just attacking someone? You know.
Also,
Because
I can be
Because
invisible.
it's throwing it at someone who's then aware of your presence, whereas a dagger that doesn't actually have any weight to it, and then instantly materializes. There's no sound to it. There's
That's
no
a good point.
But it's not about
It does-
them being aware of your presence.
It does
For
kind
an
of feel
attack, it
like
kind of is,
more of
though.
a flavour thing. The fact it's a dagger, you know, it's like you could have just picked a point.
Well, it's actually a playing card.
Yeah,
for my
exactly.
dagger.
So it's just like I choose there, you know, but I need line of sight rather than it being an
Yeah,
actual
but it's
thing.
these kind
But
of things that like, you know, are interesting about the game. It's
So
like-
I'll
I mean,
do
is it-
Does
it's fine if we're not
psychic
invisible anyway, to be honest, like-
teleportation
Like you're inside the room anyway. Do you need to be invisible?
Not really.
You haven't
I can be invisibilist, Jamesy.
Yeah, I know. It's good
For future reference.
Yeah, it says attacks or casts a spell. I mean, it's technically not an attack or technically a spell either.
Yeah.
It's a feat. So
So I guess raw, no, but it's whether you want to like make it because it.
yeah, we'll
Okay.
say you can not invisible. You will not become uninvisible.
You will not become visible.
You won't become visible.
No, you won't be visible. You'll stay invisible.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, Dorwin.
But can you actually teleport to the other side of this?
any place I can see, I can teleport to.
And you can see through the lock.
Yeah.
But can you throw a dagger through?
It specifically
Not the
says any place I can see. Unoccupied space that you can see.
Yeah.
It's a
you
psychic
can
dagger,
throw
so
it
it gets
through
through
the
the
lock.
box.
It's a psychic dagger, and it's
It could be a
my,
needle.
my whole thing's it's a playing card, so I can swing it under the door.
Roll it
Yeah,
up,
true.
You know,
push it
I
through.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I'm not trying to be contrarian. I'm just
No.
thinking about.
Yeah,
how to-
that's good to know that I can stay invisible while casting it as well.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
take
yeah.
that
That'd be
forward.
handy. Yeah, definitely. Let's stick with that.
All right, Dorwin.
Enoch, I'll stay out here and keep guard, so I stay invisible. But if you need me, let me know.
Sounds good. How energetic are you feeling? I'm asking about your spell slots, but not in a meta way.
Pretty energetic.
All right, cool. See you on the other side, Dorwin. Stay tight, and I will teleport through the door.
Okay, nice. So, as you do, whereabouts are you teleporting to? You don't. I wouldn't say you have to roll.
Oh, yeah,
Just-
I'll teleport immediately onto that side of the
Okay.
door. I will. So that's my bonus action. I'll use my full action to
I love that they just walked
re-stealth.
up the door and just opened
Like,
it.
Oh yeah, sure, yeah. I mean, I think we can probably play that you're sort of out of combat
Yeah.
because you're so hidden, basically.
all right, cool.
And
And what's the range if you're past that trace? Just on me.
I think it's 60 feet radius, is it? Or 30 feet? I don't think it's reaching you. To be
Yeah,
honest
fine.
with
Okay, that's fine. Whatever.
you. Well, actually,
Also,
I guess
No,
They're fucked off.
they're out.
Also,
30 feet.
isn't the
Fine.
minimum you can roll for a stealth 23 anyway?
Or an at one.
Ah, true.
Yeah, 20 is 30 feet.
Okay. Yeah. So, yes, in front of you there is a door to your left and a door to your right that face opposite each other, and then further down this sort of cobbled hallway is this room that seems to have all these various storage crates. Where are you going to head straight into there?
Oh, can I? Ooh. There might be some magical traps in this environment, Dorwin. I might cast detect magic, but it will make me lose my invisibility. You might have to come get me on the way out. Let's make this as silent as possible. I'm gonna cast detect magic.
Okay. Yeah.
So you see my I would. No, you don't see anything because no one's there.
Well, you can describe it.
Okay. My ruby from the roof of the cavern, the kind of like kind of opaque looking ruby with like stars like floating around it. glows like a bright red inner light, and but obviously I'm invisible, so you don't see anything. And I cast detect magic.
Okay, so as you cast a detect magic, you initially not much seems
I'm on
to...
the ceiling, by the way.
Okay, sure.
As a standard thing.
Yeah, sure. Not much seems to change
Okay.
until you start to detect this sort of orangey, bright kind of glow in a radius around here. And as you begin to kind of hone in on what it might be, you begin to make out that there's almost a pattern and runes in the floor here.
Okay.
In a sort of reddy
Nice
orange
use
disc.
of detect magic.
That's literally why I augmented myself.
I think that's the second time it's actually been useful to find like a trap.
All right, so I am going to.
I'm not sure if you noticed, but when I was scrolling here, it was to find your passive perception. And you said, I'm going to use detect magic. I was like, alright.
All right, so I'm going to recast. So could you just mark it out where it is?
Yeah, it's
Is it
literally
before the
just here.
doors or
It
after
is-
the doors?
So this is an archway.
Yeah,
It's
there
after
are
the
two doors off here, aren't there?
Yeah, the doors are good. It's just in front of
Okay,
this.
cool.
I would say as well that like with you on the ceiling,
Yeah,
it seems like it's just something that's on the floor.
just on the floor.
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, cool. So I'm going to. How tall's the ceiling?
Probably about 10 feet.
10 feet, and I'm 3 foot. Okay, fine. Well, 4 foot actually. Come on.
On Tinder, you 4 foot.
Yeah. Yeah. 312. So I'm gonna drop down to the floor, and I'm gonna try and peek through the 2 doors and see if I
Okay.
can see anything.
Yeah. So the one on your right is
Yeah.
just a small room,
Yeah.
which is a toilet,
Okay.
and then on the other side, there's a pretty empty room.
Yeah.
In terms of there's no people in it.
Yeah.
It's not huge, but in here they've got basically a large stove and a bunch of supplies, like food supplies and that kind of stuff. It's like a kitchen basically.
Okay. Cool. All right.
There's a pot of stew bubbling away. like
Pot of
quite
stew
a
bubbling
bit.
through. Okay, so I'm going to climb back up the ceiling and bypass the trap, and then enter on the ceiling, just making an active perception check as well as my active detect magic to detect any traps.
Yeah.
Can I make the active perception?
Yeah. Go ahead.
I got a 24 to active perception.
24.
I can add to it as well if you need me to.
Okay. Let me just quickly check something. Just wanted to see something. Sorry. I'm trying to determine our. I'm just going to ask for you guys' advice on this one because you probably find them anyway with the 24. But do you reckon that we'd consider potions magic items that would be detected by detect magic?
Depends on the potion.
Well,
If they've got elemental water in them,
I think so.
Say no.
If any weapons is a
I-
+1 is a magic item.
Yeah, I'd say potions have magical effects for sure.
well, yeah, if they've like if I've had to use elemental water to craft them, then yeah, they're 100% they're magical. But
just
like a
as you
healing
said-
potion, I wouldn't say that's herbs, mate.
Yeah, true. I'd say if it was a
healing potion isn't a magical item. Like it is just herbs, but this is in a magical world.
Yeah,
if you
so
drink
like
it,
the
you
its
immediately
intensity, yeah.
Close seal wounds. You can't do that with something that's not magic. You know?
Any
Yeah, okay, then maybe in that sense because every like say yeah, that's the whole charm of it, right? Is that everything
not
you're
like-
brewing is like inherently magical and it
Yeah,
makes
it's
it
alchemy.
more
Yeah.
more exciting.
I think
Like,
that's
it's so
other-
potent.
I think
Otherwise
al-
it's- otherwise it's a
alchemy is
stew.
magic because it is.
Yeah.
No, look, like alchemy, like people trying to create gold was,
Consider magic.
Yeah.
considered magic. Back
Yeah,
in the
if
day.
it's not got magical properties, it's just like a mixture of plants. which is like soup.
Yeah.
It's like it's
But
the
then-
combination
then
that has the magical
effect
effects.
that they have on the consumer is it has a magical
Yeah,
effect.
that's what I'm
so
saying.
Therefore,
Yeah,
does that
yeah.
make them magical or
I
not?
think
Does
so.
it not need a school of magic applied to it to detect magic?
Yeah,
but it
so they will.
Really?
A healing potion would be what? Evocation is all the
No,
healing stuff.
no, evocation's damage.
And healing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the healing spells are evocation. Double check that though. Cure wounds. Yeah, evocation.
Oh, fair.
Yeah,
Weird.
yeah, it's weird.
I thought it would be like transmutation or
Yeah, that would make more sense. I mean, I would say that.
Roll a dice for it, mate.
I would say that they probably would, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah,
It says
cool.
it's for detect
I like that. To be
You
fair.
use your
Yeah.
action to see a faint aura around any visible creature or object in the area that bears magic.
You know what?
I think so.
The-
Yeah.
The way to do it is elemental water is magical water, isn't it? Because otherwise it's just water.
Yeah, but not all potions are elemental.
No, I know, but there is some magical ingredient in a potion. Like
Yeah.
a potion that lets you cast a fireball, which is what I just bought, must be magical in some way.
Yeah, every magical object is only an object until it's activated in some way,
Yeah,
and you would
yeah.
see it from far off. So I think it is.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, let's roll with that. Okay. So you can see. So with your vision, what you can see.
Do you need me to add to it? Do you want me to add to it?
No,
For more
20,
stuff?
24 is a good roll.
More stuff?
Yeah, that's a fine roll. So you can see that there's a number of boxes and crates. As you've kind of tentatively looked through them and stuff, you're pretty confident from your searching that none of them seem trapped or anything like that.
Okay.
So you're kind of looking through them and you can see that there's lots of generic trade supplies. You're getting silks and wool. You're getting like smaller boxes with spices and rare ingredients, stuff like that. Just general trade goods that you'd assume they've either pilched and stuff like that.
From
And
from my kind of brief foray into potions with Gesh,
Mhm.
are there any kind of like interesting spices and herbs that might be there that I might, just take just for Gesh, just to like,
You see them on top of a barrel or something. like that, or
Interesting.
display.
You know, like
yeah,
hanging-
I think a couple of like that might be an interesting like.
Why don't you give me like some rolls and for like your thing, and then
I think that'd be cool. Yeah. So it's the sort of things that could be ground up and processed and then used in a potion would be interesting because these are valuable. Relatively
Sort of things,
valuable
some of knowledge that I may have imparted to Enoch through brief.
Yeah. So we don't. None of these would be reaching rare.
No. So
Common.
they're more
You get
common
some
potions.
you can get
Okay.
uncommon
I
I would say you do that privately for a minute, and
Yeah.
I would say that you notice just through your kind of experience with looting places and stuff like that, you can see that some of the boxes in the corner are arranged in quite kind of a weird way,
okay.
almost as though they look like they're there to be kind of easily moved out the way. And you can see there's little scrape marks on the floor as well with your
Right.
perception.
Yeah.
So you assume there's something interesting behind a couple of these boxes.
Yeah.
Additionally, the glows you're getting from your detect magic, you can see that one of the boxes towards the back has seems to have 3 glowing objects in it, and there's another one which has kind of these there's these 4 sort of kind of like greenish glowing thin tubes as well.
Okay. Are they small glowing objects like a potion, or is that the
You're
rope?
thinking they're potions.
They're potions. So there's 7 kind of potion things.
There's 7. Yes, there's 7 potion things.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, I will
take the lot.
open those boxes and
Yeah.
just have a little rummage, won't I?
So these are. Give me your lockpicking.
Are they locked?
Thieves tools. Yeah, they're in lock boxes. These the little potions.
A 23,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
a 24, a 24.
Oh, there's 2.
Oh,
so
well, a 23 and a 24. I can add to both of them
there's no need.
with
Yeah.
a D10 if you want.
So as you this game is surely not been fun for you now. There's no risk. Just immediately succeed everything. I guess there's an element of competency porn in there. Isn't there?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you just you stick it, just immediately crack it open. In one of them, for the 3 potions, there's 3 superior healing potions in there.
Okay.
And in the box of 4, there's 4 thin vials of just like a generic poison.
Okay. So okay, I'll remember them. So just generic poison and 3 superior healing potions. I'll add them later. Okay, cool. And then I will try and as silently as possible, just so I'm about, if I'm 4 foot tall, how like wide am I? I'm probably only about that wide, aren't I? So I'll just try and like just shimmy the boxes, like when I'm stuck to the wall, I'm just gonna push the box just maybe like a foot or like as small a distance as possible, minimising the amount of noise, and then just see what is revealed by the pushing of the boxes.
Yeah, so as you move the box, you see behind there is a pretty meaty looking iron safe.
Okay. Yeah. Alright, and I'll say to Dorwin, I think we struck gold. Bear with, I'll try and crack it. Anything glowing inside the safe? Any magical traps around the safe? Nothing like that?
I'm not getting any detect magic from it, and your strong perception is making you feel confident it's relatively harmless.
Okay. So I'm going to try and crack the lock.
Okay.
Is there any potions that I can use to help myself? No. Okay. Not on that one. Not on that one. Yeah, cool. 23.
Alright, nice.
I can add to it if it's handy.
No, 23 does the job. I was going for 20.
Which is
hard.
It's a nat 1 or success.
Yeah. This is the thing, is when there's stuff like that, I always think, like, in my mind, I'm like, it'd be more fun if I said it was like a 27 or something to make my challenge, but then I'm like, I'm just taking the ability you've got away if I'm just making everything.
Yeah, because then for us it would be completely unachievable.
Exactly, yeah.
So it's like, well, how hard is it?
Yeah. And, okay, so yeah, it kind of takes you maybe like 30 seconds or so. In your thieves' tools, you've got little listening devices and stuff, and you're kind of getting little tools around the back of the spinning clicker, and as it kind of rotates back and forward, you eventually hear it click. And it's,
is it a combination safe like that?
Yeah, but like it's kind of a big one.
Yeah, sequential combi lock.
I would say as well, the click of the success for you is almost like a nostalgic wave. It's the first time you've heard that in quite a while, and you've been on the road for quite a bit now.
100%.
And so you crack into it, and
such a chub on.
And inside you can see there is this golden relic. It's this sort of, it looks like a sort of solid gold shape of a it's almost more like an Eastern dragon. Its shape is very sort of artistic. And there's also a couple of sacks of gold as well.
Okay.
And there's also like various bits of relatively important looking documents as well. Which
in common or Dragonborn?
They're in Dragonborn.
Okay.
You'd notice though that some of them have signatures that are not in Dragonborn.
Okay. Let me just have a look.
You could maybe communicate that to Gesh, and he could have a ganders.
Let me just have a look.
Tell you what they say.
I have got a pen and ink for forging.
Okay.
Can I make a, performance-based check to try and copy down the language?
I would say that, given the nature of the situation, I would say you could maybe look at the bits that kind of look like titles and stuff if you wanted, but the whole document.
No, as in but just
any exaggerated.
Can I make a perception check to see what I'm looking at? Is there any thumb marks on the pages to see if pages that have been looked at especially, or dogged? Oh yeah, that'll be my pizza. Thank you very much. Or
pizza.
These are kind of bits of paper that seem relatively disorganised.
Yeah.
They're all individual pieces of paper.
Okay.
They all look like they have very similar or same layouts to one another,
Okay.
with signature spots at the bottom.
Signature
So I would say
from
from
like contracts.
they seem like
almost.
some kind of
Okay,
contract.
Fine.
yeah.
And from my looking at them, are they like the same thing, just duplicated, or are they different things?
They have variations.
Variations.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So I'm gonna maybe pick like 3 or 4 and just try and copy, just jot
You
in.
can just nick them if you want.
Nah, I need no trace.
Sure, yeah.
Well, you know, we've seen the relic. Ah, fuck it, yeah, I'll just have them.
I'll read it.
Yeah, I'll have them.
You take a couple, you're taking the lot.
The lot. Fuck it.
Alright.
Yeah,
Sure.
we're robbing the relic. We might as well take everything. Yeah, so I'll grab the relic and everything in the safe.
Okay. As you pocket all of the gold sacks and everything, as you're kind of doing in your head counting what you're getting,
Yeah.
you take about maybe like 6 bags, and you reckon you've probably got about 30 grand.
30 grand. Okay, cool.
6 bags it was.
1, 2,
Gold.
3, 4, 5. Okay, cool.
6 grand each.
Yeah.
No. Well, if he shares it all.
Yeah.
Cool.
Here guys, you get 2 grand.
Yeah.
I'll pocket it all.
Yeah, sure. So
and,
you've got various areas to stash stuff.
yeah, and so I'll pocket the relic as well, and then
You are encumbered.
I would say, by the way, 30k in Squall's End. That kind of immediately gives you assessment of like this is like
a serious operation.
yeah, they're like a decent
Yeah.
gang.
Yeah.
They're not crazy, and you also reckon they're probably not paying up to the mob as much as they should. They're probably doing some sneaky shit.
Ah, okay, cool. Well then, in that case, I'm going to leave a note in common and in thieves' can't, saying you haven't paid the mob what you're due. Consider this revenge.
Interesting move.
There
Right.
we go.
Okay.
Yeah. So consider this. You know what you've done. We'll be in touch.
Yeah,
A bit ominous.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
I like it.
Freed the prisoner and robbed them blind.
Yeah. Yeah, nice.
Cool.
Okay.
And then I'm going to leave the room, avoiding the traps.
Safe wide open.
Yeah, with a note just in the middle. Yeah, makes a statement. And then I'm going to teleport through the door again. I need to keep an eye on my actions. Teleport through the door. Yeah, teleport through the door.
You sure you don't want to hold that for him forever?
And so I've joined up with Dorwin in the room.
So have you teleported into the room?
No. I'm back in the main room now.
But you're not
visible.
invisible.
No, I'm not.
Oh, you're not.
I'm not.
Oh no, you detect magic.
Oh, it's detect magic. Oh, sorry. Fuck. I forgot about that.
That's alright.
So
yeah.
I'm going to say right. So I'm just on the other side of the door. I'm going to say, Dorwin, I've got the relic and a nice little extra bonus for us all. You'll need to come and make me invisible. There was some unforeseen traps that had to be dealt with.
No worries, Enoch. Give me a minute. I'll come get you out of there.
Lovely.
I'd like to scuttle over to the door.
As you oh yeah, sorry. So you slink over and then what's the plan? Yeah.
I'm going to TP through the keyhole.
Okay, nice. So you can look through and zip through.
Yeah.
Little silver dart shoots. As you do, you come out and you see on the other side, Enoch's kind of stood there with a bunch of like weird papers in his hand and like gold sacks hanging off.
A big
him,
grin
like,
on his
tied to
face.
Yeah. And a relic in the other.
Oh, nice work, Enoch. Oh, you got the relic and more. Let's
There's cause for celebration tonight, that's for sure, Dorwin. But first, let's get out of here.
yeah, drinks on you. Let's go.
Drinks on all of us, my friend. These spoils of war are to be shared.
And I'll cast invisibility on both of us.
Yeah.
Which will be like
There's just a
three.
small matter, just a simple locked door.
No,
No trouble to pick, but might give us away.
That's all right. We'll outpace them, I'm sure.
Sounds good to me. Nothing like a cut and run. So I will attempt to pick the lock of the door to the main room. this one here. So Dorwin's just on that side.
Oh,
I'm
sure.
just
You're
next
not
to
just
the
going
door.
to teleport back through.
Well, it would make it visible.
I'll be visible again.
But you
Ah.
could you not just go under the table, like teleport under the table, and then invisible yourself again?
It still
Yeah,
becomes
but
visible in the room.
Let's
Unless,
just pick them
unless
up.
you've got any smart ideas about creating a distraction.
Well, no, let's just run with it because it's kind of fun. It's what you came up with. So
Yeah.
we'll
Yeah,
run with it.
let's do it. It's
All
fine.
right, so yeah, I mean, go on, give me a roll for the sake of the
23.
game. Right. Okay, so give me I'll do a stealth as well, which I mean, you know.
So min is 23. What's your max?
My Mac, which
Yeah.
I've just got because it's a 19, is 32.
Huh. Lit.
Yeah. I rolled a 19. My max was 32. I can add to it as well.
So
Yeah.
so Ferg, let's have your stealth as well. See if you can take the opportunity of the door being briefly open to slink through. That course.
19.
19. Okay. You know, I'd say that you're not drawing any major eyes with 19.
I mean, even if
In
they
fact,
do.
you know what? They're
If they
searching
do,
around,
they're
so
invisible.
I'll do a
Accurate
contested-
perception must be.
I'll do an active perception.
One of
They
them
are
might be
looking.
Yeah, they're alert, aren't they?
They'd also
Ooh.
definitely see the door being
Got a
opened.
19.
Well, only half of us need to succeed in theory, but I think that's a rubbish rule.
Let's roll with a. Let's say that as
The
you
half
kind
of them
slip
see.
through,
I mean, there's-
as you go through Dorwin,
So
like,
half
you-
of them see.
Enoch slips through a door, and as you close it, it just makes a bit of a noise, and you see that the people kind of turn and look, and it's because it's just on the cusp. They're like they come like walking over and they're like, oh, who's there? As they like go to look at the door and like they open it and close it, but by this point I'd say you're probably able to slink around them.
Yeah.
And so as you're here and people have kind of gathered up around here, everyone's a bit. You see that everyone in here is a bit fucking bewildered at what's going on, and you just hear one of them. You see Rook has come out and he's got this huge.
LMG.
It's like huge. I guess the medieval equivalent. This big skull imbued warhammer that's kind of buzzing with lightning. And he just says, ugh, check the safe now! And you see that people kind of like, a couple of them scurry into the door. Meanwhile, you taking the
Yeah, I know.
opportunity to-
It's not on bread anymore. It's not as good.
Is that a burrata? Yeah, that's what,
And
the
no
guy said
balsamic.
that they're on Uber Eats now, by the way. Yeah. He seemed very out of breath. I think he was quite busy. So I think that was a hint of being like, get them to fucking deliver it, not us.
Alright.
Where did you order from?
But we did it on Deliveroo.
Is that how you're meant to eat a burrata?
Well, you meant to eat it with a
Really?
knife
Yeah.
and fork.
Oh.
You're-
Well, like you
you're-
just eat it on its own. You don't like. I thought it was like something that went with other things.
Yeah, I'm going to put it on the pizza.
Not fair.
Did you get it on Deliveroo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know why they don't use the Deliveroo riders.
It must be a money thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So, by this point, you guys have kind of fucked off a little bit, but still within
We're probably
view.
still near the door.
In case backup's needed and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Right, Dorwin, it's just one door until we hit open air, and once we hit open air, we're toast, we're gone. All right. So no sense in beating around the bush. Let's open that door and Foxtrot Oscar.
Let's get the fuck out of here.
So I'm going to open the
I'm
door.
hyped. Never had such a thrill.
Open the door, transform into a bat and fly off.
Yeah. Sure. And what are you doing?
I'll run into the nearest alley.
Yeah. Sure. I mean, I'd say in fairness, you could probably, if they just see a bat come out the door, and what they're going to do.
You already used that today, right?
Oh, true.
Oh, I have.
That's a good
Oh,
point.
fair enough. All right. Well, then I will teleport over the gate.
You're invisible, right?
We're invisible. I'm opening the door. I'm going to teleport over the gate, and I'm going to just coast down on my cloak of the bat to a nearby
Through the
roof.
pit.
Through the pit.
Like around, like are you cloaking a cloak of the batting like
Over.
around, like down, like through the pit?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
I'm jumping into a trash can.
Yeah. Okay. So you guys are out. Are you guys still in bed?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, interesting.
As I go, I major illusion a mangy pit bull, whatever the fuck, barking and says, "Fuck you!" And they're like, "What the fuck?"
Just talk.
And I go, "Riff, no."
Yeah.
All right. Cool. And I say, let's meet at the last light.
Last drop.
Last drop.
Okay, sure. I was wondering if there was a different place you were wanting to, because then you know obviously come up with stuff a lot. So I was like,
Ali, did you leave any beers in the freezer?
I can't remember. Yes, I think so because they were quite warm.
Oh, okay, fine.
I think there's 2 in there. Probably want to chuck them out. Actually, can you take this and stick it in the fridge because that's. Grab me one as well there from the freezer, please. Take it, right.
delish.
Sorry.
Nah, you carry on.
I'm not sorry.
Nah, you carry on. It's ironically it's harder tonight than it was at the party on Saturday. Because this is like my.
Becoming more used to doing
This is
it.
my like
yeah.
Where you go to vape.
Yeah, it is. It literally
That's the only
is.
reason he comes.
Yeah. Well, you see me when I've got it. I'm just
meet at
like.
the last drop.
Okay.
When I'm
So I've
sat
stopped.
there.
I've stopped vaping in the day. So
Well done.
6 p.m. is when I cut off, and it
You're
will
like-
come to
you're
like 4:45, and I'll just be staring at the gun.
Staring at the vape on the table.
Yeah.
You're like Dan with his G7s or whatever.
Yeah, it's got away.
Okay.
I wonder if Cheetos would have kept him awake any longer.
Nah, he's British, mate.
What the hell was that?
What was that?
Who was it? Was that you? Was it you?
I've been holding it in, but then you know.
Some column response.
Is that mine or yours?
Who knows? It's the cocktail.
Sorry, Cora.
Okay.
Fortunately, all I can smell is the pizza. So.
Oh, good. Just meat then. Not fart.
So, yes, you guys kind of all being invisible. You know, you're psychically connected.
How long
but
does
you're
that
kind of,
last? By the way?
Hour.
And is it? Do we have to stay within range of view?
No.
Oh, chilling. Okay.
You all kind of go your own way a little bit. You all roughly know the way.
Can I ask,
but,
on the way back, right, are there sort of any... Oh, no, never mind, no, carry on.
Okay,
No.
alright. Occasionally, you know, one of them will say, as you're kind of getting back, they'll say, Enoch, I'm at the Squalid Spider or something, and you'll be like, oh, take a left and head up the road or whatever, you know, to kind of anyone who gets lost at any point. But otherwise, you're able to sort of navigate your way back. I would say that, you know, again, just being completely fucking invisible, you're probably able to sling past this whole gate and make your way back to it.
Also, I think we've all got documents now. Almost.
Yeah,
Oh,
true.
you made the fake
Shows
ones.
us.
Ali and Enoch did at the start. I just made some for me and Will.
Shows,
I think you.
I know.
But
Well,
that,
shaped through.
that was just an illusion, right?
Yeah, but it lasts for 8 days.
Oh, sick.
Can you give me a
If you could make
Can you
one
give me an
when we
insight?
get home.
I can make one tomorrow.
yes?
Oh, you have to do it
Once per day
Yeah,
thing.
that's fine.
12. Okay. I wouldn't have thought you'd need a particularly high roll for this, so I think that's a marginal success. I would say that every once in a while, because you're travelling with Luke.
Oh yeah, you've got the guy.
You've got the guy.
Oh, yeah. It's like, who the fuck is he?
So
Such a normal name. We're surrounded by all these.
you notice that he seems to occasionally give you
A blowjob. Women receive head too, you know.
Oh, poor Harry.
I might say to Polana on his own with Luke. I might say like, here Polana, see if you can weasel out of Luke what this artifact does.
Well, so en route, you would. That's not my fucking DMV.
You get cancer.
You notice that Luke occasionally will like give you a direction, which just seems a little odd.
Okay.
Wait, as in.
Like like go right here or something.
But it seems odd, as in. You know it's like not the right way, or odd as in why are you telling me where to go, sort of thing.
Yes, that one.
Second one, okay.
Okay. I'm gonna.
Oh, because he doesn't know where we're going. He doesn't
Like,
know we're
clearly
going
knows
to this.
School's End quite well, maybe?
Or is he trying to get you
He
to
only got
this,
us
the
well.
last drop? I see, okay.
So okay, well in that case, whilst when I kind of cotton on to this, I'm going to be relaying this information to Enoch and say, Enoch, he's just left me let me down this road. I'm not.
Oh no, it's taking you to.
Oh, he's taking me the right way.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you don't really know he's taking you the right way, so you might want to confirm with you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But-
Yeah.
So
So
yeah,
he's taking me the.
Yeah, he's taking you the right way. Yeah.
Oh, okay, fine. Okay, fine. It's just sure.
I mean,
And
you still might flag.
No,
and I'll say that's interesting. I guess it wouldn't be that unusual for a trader that frequents School's End to know the pit, but needless to say, trust no one and keep your guard, Polana.
Yeah, I will do. Okay.
Well, Gesh would certainly be travelling with Polana. I
Okay.
don't know about.
Yeah.
I don't know about Dorwin and.
Yeah, I was saying.
I'd say me and Dorwin are probably making our own way back.
Yeah, I'll be following you.
Yeah, but like
Yeah.
also we're able to communicate psychically, so we would be saying left here, right there. I would have thought it'd be like a squad working together, like navigating like through a.
Yeah. I mean, so
Certainly, I know that I
Enoch's-
would if I know
Yeah,
that
just
Polana's looking
keep,
after.
Keeping in mind, Enoch's
5 miles,
flying
isn't it?
around, and
I've linked up with Enoch.
met up.
Oh, okay, sure. I mean, Dorwin was
I thought
separate,
the-
so he was kind of finding his way, and Rudy's an animal, so she's having to take different routes than you
Oh,
guys and stuff. So it's
I
like,
thought
yeah.
the psychic communication was 5 mile.
No, you're all communicating psychically.
1 mile.
But you're just 1 mile, but as
1
in
mile still.
just the nature of like, let's fucking go.
Yeah,
You just sort
we're
of
all
dispersed a
invisible,
little bit.
scarpering away from this thing.
Yeah.
In
Okay.
a place we don't know. It's
Fine.
quite
Well,
easy for us
yeah,
to
as I said,
separate.
Gesh would have made a point of sticking with Polana.
Okay, yeah, sure. And Luke.
Polana would have made a point of getting away.
Enoch's made a point of finding Dorwin because he's like gassed that we've like done a heist. It's like Enoch's fucking like buzzed. He wants to,
Old
like,
times.
Yeah, old times, and
Jackie
also
can't do
like
the
huh?
I just said Jackie can't do the ice.
I'm also buzzed about doing a heist, by the way.
Okay, yeah, cool.
Very not what I usually do.
Yeah,
Put
sure.
myself into danger.
Yeah. And I'm like G'ing Dorwin up, like sensing that enthusiasm, being like, oh, you were fucking fantastic there, Dorwin. I couldn't have done it without you.
Did you see me keeping lookout? It's good, wasn't I?
Absolutely. But you really saved my bacon there, Dorwin. I was struggling to find a way out without your invisibility. You got some tricks up here, I'll give you that.
Yeah, maybe I would be quite a good thief.
No doubt. Well, when all of this blows over, if you want a job in School's End, you come let me know. We'll live like kings, trust me. No deep names as well. And I drop him a little, mind wink.
I just feel like a brain.
You can definitely play it. Yeah, it's psychic. You can play
Yeah.
The cheap notes are in there.
Yeah.
There are deep notes here, though, right?
There are some deep names.
Yeah, but they're like.
Not super common.
But also, they're not
be
like
part of the
affiliated
community,
with.
right,
Yeah. They're like they're in.
Yeah. It's like something.
Immigrants.
Yeah. Fucking take it.
Yeah.
We're like immigrants that have come here and set up our own little thing.
Oh yeah. I've got to say, I'm much more impressed with all of the immigrant CVs. Are far more spectacular than
Yeah, really?
Yeah, they've done a lot of these engineers and stuff. Done incredible stuff, and our engineers are like, I went to uni.
The border checks are
And
working then.
Also interesting you say that because it's the same because there's loads of like doctors from India and Pakistan that are being imported over to fill the gaps and stuff.
Emigrating over.
Well, no, but the NHS
I'd like to order
actively
12
reaching
Pakistani
out
doctors,
to
please.
It's not just
Yeah,
it's not
one
just
shipping container is fine.
immigration, It's like
Is it
please
intentional?
come. It's like yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
The
I still
NHS is
think
like
importing. I think it's normally used for cargo, but I don't really know who yet.
Fair enough, I'm racist. And their like operating skills are like so sick, but then obviously like the human side of it.
Just the communication.
Yeah,
so that's what I've noticed with them. None of them can communicate very well. Like even the ones that speak English well are poor communicators.
Yeah.
And they also one of
We
the
are
others.
talking about immigrants.
Yeah. But it's so
It's
fascinating
as bad
because
as
a lot of the immigrant people I speak to,
I've been very complimentary about that.
No,
You know, but
a lot of them will work in like a high tech, like impressive engineering position for like 3 or 4 years before they go and do their masters. So they do their bachelors, they'll work for those years and then do their masters, and then from there have a career. It's just an interesting way around doing it.
have you got someone a job yet?
So annoyingly, that guy who I got a really cool job dropped out. And get this right, since then I've gotten 3 other people jobs, and they all dropped out. I'm like getting really bullied by these candidates. Yeah, it's not normal to have people drop out this much, but what can you do? It just is what it is. Anyway, I like the process anyway. So, yes, you managed. That makes 2 of us. That's Harry's house.
Falling down, mate.
So yeah, you guys slink off. Enoch, or flying, I guess.
Slightly more jangled than usual.
Yeah, just a little
A bat's like.
I'm not a bat. I used that already. I was just
thinking
of course, you're just the cloak of the bat.
Yes, and you guys kind of make your way through the checkpoint and eventually back to the last drop. I mean, you know, I suppose it was
Just
sort of
before we
getting
get
to
in,
sundown before you were getting to the last drop.
Just before we get in, I'd say like no one let on that we found the relic. For all Luke knows, they took it off to someplace else. I feel like a relic in exchange for a life is a more than fair price to pay.
Shall we? You might be right. We don't know how much we can trust these people.
Yeah,
Exactly,
I
yeah.
want to.
But let's find out as much as we can about.
Yes, exactly.
about
Before
them.
we give the relic, but I would still.
We're not
dare.
giving the relic.
Okay, we'll see.
You're trapped in a dungeon, Palana, and your freedom for a bit of metal seems
Depends on what the relic is, and it depends on the situation that I'm in.
no use using the relic if you're dead, mate, or locked up.
It seems like this guy knows quite a bit about Skull's End. It might be useful to have him as an ally.
Absolutely, but not at the expense of a priceless item.
We don't even know it is.
One that I might add was promised to us by his one true love.
That's-
She did say we should.
We can keep the relic. That's what. That's
We,
what-
we said, well, why should we help? And he was like, he had this relic, it's really good.
Oh, I don't remember that. Right.
Yeah.
I was
Oh,
like-
alright, yeah, fine.
Because I was all for leaving this like crying bitch.
Just turning into Enoch.
It's
Bit by bit.
5 minutes.
One heist and he's eaten.
Guys, you should try it, it's really fun.
No, she's just not playing Dory, she's being Fergus. Okay.
While this brief arguing is going on, Gesh just sort of doesn't even vocalize it and psychically communicates to everybody. He says, "I'm being no part of this, and I'm going to bed." Then he just takes himself off to his room.
Yeah.
All right.
Brew some potions.
We just gotta make something cool happen so he'll come back down.
Hey, I'm still connected until I go to sleep. Now, like, Enoch, leave me alone. Party time.
Oh, that's such a good point. That could be annoying Gash in his sleep.
Gesh has served him much.
That's why he's so shit at combat. Like, hands are shaking from like the sleep deprivation and me going like poke,
hallucinating from the insomnia, and I'm like firing at everything else.
Every time he like looses an arrow as well, Enoch just goes.
Hey, better.
And if Gesh has gone to bed, I say, well, those that go to sleep, to the rest of them, to the rest of the group, I say, those that don't go to sleep early don't partake in the spoils, do they?
You're saying that to the rest of you?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Oh,
Right.
Gesh didn't hear it.
Well, what are these spoils?
So,
Hang on.
no.
Where?
We're in
You
the
guys
light.
are outside the last drop at the moment.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh, I thought we'd
oh,
gone
right.
in.
Yes, sorry, you were telling us what time it was. Roughly.
Yeah. I was basically saying that by this point, it's probably quite late into the night because you set off
Evening.
as it was getting dark. Yeah. So it's probably approaching sort of midnight at this point.
Right.
And is the clientele of the last drop filtered out, or is it still kind
It's
of like
reduced.
It's reduced, yeah.
But there's still, there's always these old kind of red-nosed fellows dotted around, smoking heavy pipes. Grizz.
Grizz, yeah. So I might we'll enter the last drop, and I might say to Grizz, need one of your private rooms. Got some business to take care of. Shouldn't take a moment. And I slide 10 gold pieces across the countertop.
Can we see the woman? Dragon.
She's not in here.
No. Okay. Can we? Right. Can you ask your friend if he saw where she went?
Yeah. Hey Grizz, you know that bird that we were talking to? What happened to her? The one that them Dragonborn were causing trouble with?
Don't worry, mate. She's quite safe. Got to bed is all.
Oh, fantastic. Well, she was worried sick. Let's let her rest up. If you might direct her husband to her room, I'm sure they would like to get intimately acquainted with each other now that Luke's a
Nothing's
free
in
man.
School's End. You've got a way rougher voice.
Yeah, I know. Honestly, your imitation voice is so cute. That it's like, oh,
My name's Jason Stave. Oh, I'm a goblin.
somewhere
They call me the beekeeper.
Oh yeah, that's such a funny film.
What is that?
I haven't watched the whole thing. No, he did this Netflix thing called The Beekeeper, and I've seen some like clips of it, and it just looks fucking.
Also, there's a bunch of memes about Jason Statham in his films where he's like, I'm the shopkeeper. If you need a job done, I'm the one to do it, because I get jobs done. I'm the checkout clerk.
Okay.
You know, like the AI deepfakes. There's like Elon saying he'd like make a robot. He's abandoned his trip to Mars to focus on an edging robot.
Where's Jason's character?
Well, there's that one's an equivalent one of Enoch, but there's loads of ones of Jason Statham going like, "Oh, I'm the shopkeeper."
Really? I haven't seen that. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so
I think that was deepfakes.
Grizz says, yeah, all right, mate. There's a room in the back. I'll make sure you have a couple of nice drinks sent through as well. And you see that he just kind of slides the gold off the table and puts it in a pouch down the side. Yeah, nice. Sort of like, you understand that his lack of thanks almost is a thanks, if you know what I mean. Like it doesn't need to be said.
Take 10 gold off myself.
Okay, so the four of you slink off into this room.
Well, have you gone to bed, Gesh?
I would have gone to through stealing and doing a heist is not something that Guest would be comfortable with, and then coming back and arguing about the spoils would sort of just like tip him over the edge and just.
We haven't argued about any spoils, mate.
No, the very brief interaction about being like, who's going to have the relic, are we going to give it back? He's just gone, no, I want to go to bed. Squall's End's overwhelming him.
Yeah.
And,
You did save somebody though.
Yeah, we did. You're right.
Okay.
It's like it's a fair price for saving someone's life.
Yeah, no. I just like the avenue. Going down.
Yeah.
Fine. Did you get anything cool from your herd?
Yeah. Well, you need to do the rolls.
Oh, okay.
Because you.
D20?
So yeah, it's a D20. Actually, how would we do that?
You're the only one who knows how these rules
Yeah.
work.
Fine.
So
So.
you need to do some DMing, mate.
Okay, fine. You need to give me 3 nature checks.
A 7, a 16,
Okay.
and a nat 20.
Okay. So, what did I? So you found 1 wild sage root and
I'm giving them straight to you.
2 dried ephedra. Okay.
Maybe like as he was going up to bed, you were like, "Here you are, mate," sort of thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Nice. Because maybe Enoch could have sensed that Gish was feeling a bit uncomfortable.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it was like
And I'll say something like, I know it leaves a sticky taste in your mouth. My cock. Yeah.
I know it leaves a sticky taste in your mouth, all this skulking around Gesh, but I've noticed that you've been engrossed in your potions and your books recently, and I picked you up a little present from inside.
Yes, I appreciate, and I bid you good night.
Okay, with that, the rest of those events unfold, and you head into this room, which is almost like refreshingly not smoky. It's
Is that you, like, saying I'm not vaping, by putting it into...
There's actually no smoking sign on the door.
And you can see that there's just kind of a large round table, much like the room is very similar to this. The table is like this, and you see that there's kind of the dull kind of silvery moonlight glow. It's just
Inspiration
enough
point.
to penetrate. Yeah, it's just enough to penetrate through the windows, which are much more, even more foggy than all the other ones that you see around. They're kind of almost intentionally left unclean and aged to obscure any potential vision. But nonetheless, that little trickle of shiny light seeps in.
And has
There
Luke,
are candles also lighting up the.
and has Luke taken the opportunity to reunite with his beloved?
Yes, so he's kind of.
What's that interaction?
Okay, yeah. So as you guys go to head in there, and Luke says, I would very much like to go and see Dressic. Were you able to retrieve the relic?
Sadly not, Luke. We were focused on getting out once our cover was blown by that other prisoner. I'm sure you understand that our priority was saving you on the behest of your beloved.
Damn, I was hoping I could almost pay you back with it, but he says I understand that saving a life in Squall's End often comes with a debt. What would you demand?
Absolutely nothing. We're good, it's all fine.
This one's on the house.
How much have you got on you?
Yeah, 100% not stealing from this guy and not getting him prepared.
You try it.
I'm saying it.
Say that and then see what, like, if he can do a roll to persuade him anyway. Or something
Wow,
like that.
are they in the same room?
Yeah, he's in the conversation. Right? You're all in the same conversation.
No money needs to change hands, but a favour. But a favour, should the time come, you'll know that a debt is due.
I want to reiterate, Luke, that there is no debt due.
Should we have a roll off
You
to
just-
see who's more persuasive?
Yes.
I've got fucking super proficiency. Whatever.
What's your persuasion
plus
plus?
12.
Oh yeah, but the lowest I can roll is 20.
Is that true?
Yeah.
How is that?
Reliable talent.
Does it apply to everything you're proficient in?
That's the whole reason why I've got every feat I've taken makes me proficient in more things.
Is that another knock on the door?
Top comment is top post is reliable talent for Rogue OP.
Agreed.
See, there's a thing here. This comment says.
I can also add a D10 to that roll as well, a minimum of 20 anyway. So it's really meaningless. I'm rolling a D30.
Well, we may never see this guy again. So.
No, I know, but as in, like, but as in, obviously, no, it's too suspicious to be like, oh, in Squall's End
And that's a good
especially,
angle. Tell that to Will when you
it's
get there.
too suspicious.
That is
That's
true.
a good, yeah.
It is true. It is true. Trying to just be like, oh yeah, we did it from the good of our hearts.
Yeah, we don't want word. Right.
Listen,
That's
right.
true. We don't want word getting around that we're, fat higher.
Jamesy, your food shop's here below.
Food shop? You're like a supermarket shop. Is it definitely for you?
Mate,
Check it.
food, take it. Can I have a slice of pizza, James?
Yeah, mate, if I'm getting free food.
Pass me pizza.
Do you think someone's celebratorily bought himself?
Corey, can you pass me James's pizza?
Yeah.
Oops.
I'm going to say it. At 15th level for Rogue, there's a very concerning ability called Slippery Mind.
No, it's not.
Oh no.
Oh, here we go.
Chosen skills. Whenever you make an ability check, which add your proficiency bonus, you can treat a d20 roll. 9 or lower.
And then that's plus your.
Yeah, you're just treating the roll as a 10, yeah.
Oh my god. Look at that. Good joke.
That's mad.
Oh, is his stat sheet just look insane?
Yeah, all his proficiencies are like
Similar eyes.
13, plus
Why did you say
13.
it was for Jamesy?
Because James is the only one that gets food, so I just assumed.
Yeah. I just say to Pilana, I just say before you start, trying to convince him too much, and just after I've interjected, I'll say it's not normal in Squall's End to do stuff out of the goodness of your heart. We don't
Wait,
trust.
hang on, sorry, I was just looking at some stuff. So what has transpired?
So I've said you owe to Luke, you owe us a favour, and Pilana said, oh, it's fine. And I'm just communicating to Pilana saying, it's not normal in Squall's End to do something out of the kindness of your heart. It looks dead suspicious if we start doing that for nothing. Don't want people to get the wrong idea. We don't trust this guy. Something about him, we've never met him. It's not like the outside world that you're used to, Pilana. Especially not like the Fae. These are not honourable people. I feel like a little bit of deceit is what you need to grease the oils around here.
I would say so that this might be an interesting point just something I wanted to raise from that. Something that would maybe indicate just a smidge of ignorance from Enoch in that is that the Fae is very much a trickster realm. And probably Enoch wouldn't necessarily
But
say that.
because Pilana's so noble,
Yeah, that's
I'm
what
assuming
the Fae-
that
yeah,
the Fae is
yeah.
like Pilana.
Yeah.
So
Who's racist?
Yeah.
So it might be just interesting as in like
Yeah,
you know
Yeah, no, I was thinking that as well. I mean, I see your point, Enoch, but it doesn't mean that,
No saying that we'll ever call on this favour, but I feel like to maintain the deception, it would be good to have it in our bank. You never know.
Well, I mean, it's a little bit late now. I've already twice said that he doesn't owe us. I can't exactly just go back on my way.
as this I'll say that this conversation's happening like quite quickly in the psychic version.
Or it's not, we just stood there staring at each other.
He says, yes, well, I would be happy to owe you such a thing for so much as saving my life. However, I would say that I very much intend to head back into the Banaskir Mountains with my wife Dressic. I'm not sure when I would be able to afford this, but should you ever find yourself there, I will surely give you aid.
That's good enough for us. And we'll leave it at that. Be on your way and reunite with your wife. I'm sure she's been worried sick and would appreciate your company.
He says, yes, I'm most looking forward to greeting her, and all of you, thank you so much. I don't know why you decided to help us here, but I know that there's no need to look a gift horse in the mouth, not in Squall's End. He says, I wish you all the best of luck on your ventures. And he turns and heads off to copulate with his one.
Okay.
No, he's two.
That's disgusting.
And and at this, I will jump up onto the table. I will.
relic!
Rudy's just gonna close the door.
I will jump up onto the relic. I'll jump up onto the. I'll jump up onto the table and throw down the sacks of gold. Make a slash in them with my dagger, and all the gold cascades out onto the table. And I say a toast. And I, grab a bottle of the finest, amasec that Grizz has brought in, and I say, a toast of the kayaks, for I am home, and nothing fills me so much joy than being back in the city of my people. I tip my hat to Dorwin and say, I couldn't have done it without you, and these spoils will be shared between all of us. And these spoils will be shared. Spoils will be shared with us all, apart from Gesh, for he is a sleepy boy.
I'm not, because you're saying all of this.
No. I'm speaking.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
fair enough. I was gonna say he's like trying to sleep. He's like, yeah, all right.
It's actually starting to send you off.
You're so used to Enoch's lullabies.
And then when I was 14, I went into the supermarket and found a small little frog.
Enoch, it's a shame you didn't manage to get that relic.
And you just hear, you see a little smirk, and I just pull it out of my cloak, and it's just a bit of deception, Rudy. You never know who you can trust here. And I, in my hands, I sort of hold it up like this, and I say, Dorwin, what do you reckon it does?
Give me a history, Ferg.
I'm looking at it.
Relic makes sense. What does it look like, by the way? Just
It looks like a golden dragon, but of like Eastern design, which is kind of unusual.
I got a 22 on my history.
You got 22 on your history. Okay. You're looking at it. You have seen these this sort of this style before. It's only ever popped up in tales of kind of great adventurers who have documented these strange journeys that are often took place kind of eons ago. That the stories are sort of pieced together and are more rumours than anything else. So you actually recall seeing drawings of this kind of shape before, and recalling on some of that knowledge, and based on what you know and what you've read about similar such relics, is you notice that the sort of the way that this has been crafted is that it seems like it's actually a fake.
Oh, all of that.
Let's go wake Luke up.
That's right. That's right, Polana.
Would I know if it still has value, or is it like
I
chump
mean,
change?
you know, maybe a couple hundred gold or something.
Sure, but nothing on the.
Its value would probably come from its fakeness. If that
Sure,
makes
yeah,
sense.
yeah, yeah.
Right.
Well, it's
Seems
just
like-
been well crafted as a fake, basically. Yeah.
Do you speak Draconic?
Yes.
Yeah.
But not Dragonborn.
But it's got the ring of
Oh.
understanding anyway.
But I read
Oh,
everything.
Do you want to read some of these?
Oh, funny,
things?
Draconic and Dragonborn is the same language.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. I can pick Dragonborn as a separate language.
Oh, really? Maybe I'm wrong then.
Anyone got a beer down there or anything?
No, I drank them.
There's one's in the fridge. I'll grab you one in a sec.
I've got Draconic and Dragonborn.
Yeah, but you're asleep. Otherwise, I would have obviously gone to you.
I mean, Enoch's keeping me awake, so why not come and wake me up?
I've got here that the
I don't
language
know
is
that he's got these
Draconic.
documents.
Oh, maybe I
so
can't speak
just-
Dragonborn as a
I'm not
separate
even-
option.
Also, I'm asleep. I'm meditating and crafting
Right,
potions.
yeah.
I just want some calm.
Oh, sure, you're not snoozing.
No, I'm not asleep.
Oh,
I've
yeah,
actually
no.
been doing rolls making potions.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, no, it's not a separate thing. I was wrong about that.
that. Now, so.
And you've got that, you don't even need the ring of
I can read
understanding.
anything anyway.
Yeah, but you
That's
could.
such a flex.
You
What
can-
if I read anything, mate? And can you literally, with the Ring of Understanding, read any language?
Yeah, and I've
Also,
got that.
it's so
I've got it imbued into my body now, thanks to the
So the-
Dragonborn. So no one can take that shit off me.
So the only thing that, like, obviously he had difficulty reading the old
Maldiurg.
the Maldiurg script.
Yeah.
He did
That's
that
because
with
it's a
Ring of
man.
Understanding.
He did.
Oh, he did.
But that's because it's
And
a
it helped
deeply
me learn it, but
magical
like.
language. So it would have taken him probably a decade to learn it without the ring. But also on the flip side of that Dreamwalker giant who carved all those weird shapes into the crystals, he was able to unpick what they were saying because that was just its interpretation of its own language.
Do you want to read some of these documents that we found? There might be some useful information.
Yeah, me and Gesh can go through them.
Oh, hang on. Have you
Ah,
given
mate,
us sport?
guess
So-
who's-
so
Oh, you're
you've
asleep.
held up-
I
you've
know
held
what,
up-
no.
Well, hang on, before
Well, yeah,
before
you're
you do
upstairs.
that, you've given them.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Oh, I'm holding it up with my hand.
Hey, well, you said, "Oh, Dorwin, what do you think of this?"
Oh, I said I hold it up and look. I was like,
Oh, you see that as he squints in it for a minute, you realisation
Yeah.
dawns.
I go, hold on a minute, let me have a look at that. And I
You kind of
inspect
pull
it.
out a slightly grippy hand.
Blindly.
I look at it and be like, strange. I've seen things like this, but this looks a little different. It's not quite how I've read about them. Yeah, the craftsmanship, it looks a lot like they make in the East, but I'm,
Insult it, go
Huh?
on. Insult it, go on.
So, but it's kind of a piece of shit. No, but it's, the craftsmanship, it's not like how I would have imagined. There's definitely something off about it. This might not have as much historical value as we thought.
Looks like we're waking Luke back up.
He turns over the bottom and it just says "Made in China."
Well then, looks like we'll be flogging it to the unsuspecting individual then.
Yeah, we might be able. It's quite a good replica, though. We might be able to pass it off as genuine to someone. I'm sure there's.
Good enough for me, but it has no function or utility for us as a party.
Doesn't feel magical, no. No, I don't think so. It's merely ornamental.
Alright. Well, as a purveyor of fine artifacts, why don't I hold on to it and we can see if we can get some cash money for it, eh?
I'm sure you'll be best placed to find a rube.
Alright. Cool. With that, we will share out the gold.
What was it, 30k?
Yeah, divided by
4.
Yeah, go on, 5. No, I'm not that mean. Get the money.
Gesh is chilling.
Alright, fine. Well, fine. 4 then.
Six,
Gesh doesn't
right.
want money, then fine.
I mean, I feel like you probably force it
You-
on him anyway. Wouldn't you?
You make your decision and then we roll with it. But
Nah, as in,
I
like,
mean,
I've spilled it out for everyone, like, you know, Pilatus.
But Gesh is like not taking stuff that we've stolen.
Oh yeah.
before.
All right.
This is
Well then.
Maybe you can just like swipe some and be like, oh, gosh, that's like for you, you know.
Alright,
Maybe
fine.
not a full portion, but like a few
Gesh
grand or
gets
something.
Gesh gets two grand.
Alright, then.
6.5.
Well, it's 28 divided by 7 each for the rest of us.
28 divided by 4.
7. 28 divided by 4 is 7.
I thought you were saying divided by 7. I was like, no, there's 4 of us. Welcome to my world.
Right. Well, so far, Skull Zen's turning out to be quite profitable for us.
Right, you are, Rudy, and there's more of that where that come from. Bounties are plenty round every corner. Truly, the city of opportunity for those who will just take it.
The squall's dream.
Is anyone joining me in my toast?
Yeah, I've had a good time.
Oh, for me, yeah.
Yeah, Dorwin's toasting?
Yeah, I'm buzzing.
Fuck yeah, Dorwin. That's the
Money.
spirit, Dorwin. Is Pilana toasting?
I gave a little.
A little toast.
Reserved.
Do like a.
And I'll say, oh, don't worry, Pilana. It'll grow on you. It always does.
That's what worries me.
None about this oathbreaker shit. It's a bit of light thieving. It's the real line in the sand.
Nice.
I would say
So,
it's quite heavy heaving.
They abducted someone.
No, I'm not saying it wasn't justified. It just,
This is a Robin Hood environment. This
yes,
is.
but it wasn't light.
right, Enoch,
And
how...
it wasn't giving to the poor, it was giving to us. who were
We're
quite
poor.
rich.
I'm sorry.
Very rich. What are you talking about?
So we stole from Luke.
I just spent $6,000 on potions. I was, below 10 grand.
How many fucking, what's the bigger one? How many platinum do you have?
0. I used it all.
Ah.
I've got 12k gold now.
Total.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, what about when you guys want to fucking buy a castle or some shit,
Yeah.
Yeah, boy.
Needs to get more money.
Yeah. You guys don't have a
We
base.
just spent like 20 sessions talking to like a realtor going,
You have to change solicitors.
Yeah. I'm going to think your full financial history.
I've only been in this realm for like a month.
What's a
You're
tax?
going to have to see immigration affairs.
Yeah, so we can get the surveyor out, but not for the 3 months.
Yeah, we're on a chain. So
That medieval red tape.
It's literal red tape.
Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, I mean, you guys have been on a consistent quest, but if you make it through the other end and survive and everything, you probably want to settle down, maybe start a little adventuring guild or something. Who knows what you want to do?
Thieves Guild.
By the way, maybe around the last drop in Thieves' Cant, I'm going to say highly magical, very rare artifact for sale.
Okay.
To see if I can get any interest from the Thieves Guild.
you do get interest about 40 minutes after you do it.
Okay. Yeah. Seems
School's
about
end. School's end, mate.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
All right.
But
Just
I
a
would,
queue. You're not just auctioning this thing off.
I would say that the it's not allowed, but you know that Grizz doesn't really like.
Oh no,
Thieves
not
Guild
in
stuff
the
going
Thieves
in.
Guild, not in the
Yeah,
last
no,
drop,
oh.
but like I said outside,
Oh, sure,
outside,
yeah,
but
yeah.
nearby, like
Okay.
on one of the like walls or like you know.
Oh no,
Street
he doesn't
corner.
like, I'm not talking about the can't. I'm talking he doesn't really like
Sorry,
Thieves
laptop?
Guild business taking place.
Shows you
in
Sure,
the last
sure,
drop,
sure,
which
sure.
doesn't really-
Yeah,
Yeah,
It's not like you would say
1,050.
get out, but it's just not as vague.
Yeah.
But anyway, okay, so yes, gold has been dispersed. I kind of like the idea that by now Palan has like started to understand, you know, what's a lot of gold and what isn't and stuff like that.
Mm.
You haven't been on the material plane long enough.
Yeah.
But I like the idea of you like you've got a very you tell me if I'm wrong, but I'm imagining you have like a very utilitarian approach to it of like this is like a functional, useful thing to have here, but you don't have the inherent like, ooh, I want that, you know?
Yeah, there's nothing like materialistic that she like wants.
No,
after.
you just
It's
know
only-
this gets you out of
Just
shit.
cool.
Yeah,
sometimes.
exactly.
cool
Yeah,
weapons.
Yeah. Or like sometimes it allows you to further your goals or whatever.
Mm.
I like the logical approach to what money is.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny.
By the way, have I detected any psychic energy with my new power? To detect any psychicness?
Can you detect psychicness?
Well, you said there was that with it recharging the amulet of psychicness.
Oh, I see. Oh, okay. So
One is it? Does it have a charge already, or is it empty?
it's got a charge.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
it's got one charge.
Oh, fantastic.
Can it
So
store more than one charge?
see, I was thinking no, but I'm thinking yes might make more sense because it would be so unexpected when you might come across a charge that would be kind of mean to
Yeah.
be like, oh, that's useless.
Yeah.
You know? So yeah, I'd say maybe we'll say it can store like 4 charges or something. So you, I would say there's like as you've been moving around schools, and there's occasionally like a little emphasis, but in general, there is more of like almost like a low frequency white noise hum,
Yeah.
just sort of being in Squall's End.
Yeah.
After having read that book and learning about the old psychic presence and psychic peoples that lived in Squall's End, who knows how long ago, it's not really dated in the book. That's explaining why this is occurring. But yeah, you're starting to. You've got at least one potential link to why you are what you are. Okay. Also, this laptop might die. Is that other laptop around that James had?
What, it's not USB-C, no?
No, this one's got a fucking thing. Unless is it in my bag?
It's,
or do I leave it there?
sorry.
I might
Oh
actually
yeah,
have
if
a
you.
Wait, hang on.
Is it this type?
This time?
Oh. Maybe. Try back here behind that.
Hang on.
Yeah, I'll stick it in and see if that works. Hey.
Nice. HP boys.
Yeah, I don't have the cable anyway. Oh, cool. I've been like watching it tick down. I've had time to remember all of my notes. Okay. So yeah, there's this sort of background hum. Now, is there anything else that's sort of going on in the last drop? Oh yeah, you've got the realised relics are fake. So are we joining after Luke, or are you just gonna?
You know that relic we don't have. Why is it fucking
Yeah, well, you win some, you lose some. We'll have to make ourselves content with 30k and the prospect of more on the black market.
I was going to say, the first thing in the morning you wake up and you go back to Luke and you go, you know that favour? Yeah, we do actually want some money.
Are we a bit worried about retaliation from the storm?
Nah, don't you worry, mate. I covered our tracks fairly well. I played it off as inter-gang violence. Shit like that happens all the time in School's End. They'll be too scared of retaliation from the mob to think about poking their head above the surface. Wouldn't be surprised if they move on from that cell entirely and relocate to a different part of the pit.
Right, well, as long as we're safe here for the
Ah,
meantime.
yeah, me and Grizz go way back. No chance he'll betray us.
Um,
Bad for business, that.
I've completely forgotten why we're in South End.
Trying to find
Um,
Hello Mumblemire.
Yeah, that's it, that's it,
Bahamut's connection.
Right.
And also just good fun.
You did
with
that,
it.
Well, yeah. Right, well, should we get some sleep and then in the morning perhaps you can ask your friend Rose if he knows of Bumblemire?
While they go to bed, there will be something that I would like to do.
Yes, I would say that as you guys were discussing what you were going to do, you could hear one of the familiar audio calls of a Thieves Guild member outside the restaurant. Like something like that, yeah.
That wasn't the thing that I wanted to do.
Oh, that's okay. Oh, what did you want to do?
I wanted to visit my parents' house.
Oh, okay. Is that
And
I've only been through this before, but is it in the pit?
Yeah, it's in the.
Is it near the Obsidian Gate?
Yeah, it's in the Innocenty, on the edge of the Innocenty territory.
Yeah. Okay.
We don't have to walk that, but
Oh.
it would be important for me to go there because I would have
No, you can do it if you want.
hidden.
I would have
Would,
left a stash there.
hidden would be my like Innocenty badge and my like if it was still there.
Mhm,
And I've got a pretty good hiding place in my house.
Yeah.
So it might be good for me to get like some like very, very credible documents to be not fucked with.
Yeah.
I thought when you kept saying.
And also,
I thought when you kept saying I want to go back to my family house, I thought that's quite sentimental.
no. It's primarily sentimental.
Oh, okay.
But you know, but also, you know,
Yes, with the stash.
yeah. No, it is mainly sentimental.
Okay. Would you like to? Maybe you could. As you step out, you could give a gesture that says like, "Come back in the morning" or something like that to the Thieves man.
Eno will be focused on just getting rid of this worthless thing for a good price, and then maybe maybe actually doing that on a different day.
Okay.
Yeah, that would make more sense. Got to complete the mission.
Okay.
Part of the ship, part of the crew.
Sure. Okay, so you're not going to go to your parents tonight.
No.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
All right. When you go out, you meet with a Thieves Guild member, and this is a person you see who has this tattoo on the back of their hand, which indicates they are like a certain sect of the Thieves Guild, which is essentially somebody who will. Because having the cant of a priceless relic and stuff like that obviously means valuation. So this is a essentially like almost like a delivery person who will take the relic, and these. It's not like to get it valued. You know that it's a gamble.
Yeah.
You might get someone who would recognise it. You might not.
Yeah.
It depends who takes it to.
Sure.
But it's somebody who is like they're very much trusted individuals to perform this function, and if they don't, they get like fucking tortured and shit. So they can be trusted to take the goods.
Okay. And that's
so
like common knowledge, like guaranteed.
It's Thieves Guild,
Yeah.
like it's in Squall's End because the Thieves Guild's so rife. I'm almost picturing a slight, like John Wick Assassin's Guild setting where it's like everyone knows the rules.
Yeah, sure.
And going against them comes with great.
I got the point.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you sort of maybe hand it off to this shady individual who reveals you their tattoo.
And can I make a deception or persuasion?
What are you trying to do?
Hyping it up as an incredibly valuable thing. So I'll say
Deception.
look, I came by this rogue trader who was bound for Les Roses. I don't know what they were planning, but I think this artifact is some kind of weapon. It was most troublesome to come by, and I think the price should fairly reflect that.
Okay, yeah, give me a deception.
22, I can add to it.
Okay. You see that he says, this information is useful. I will pass it on to the fuck, what do you call him? The evaluator. The evaluator.
Okay.
He says. he says there is a bit of a backlog at the moment. I'll meet you back here in 2 days if that works for you.
Let me go in and consult with my associates before we make any hasty decisions. I'm sure you understand this is a community business decision, not just something that I can make.
He says, of course, I have time.
So I'll go back in and I'll say, hey Dorwin, can you enchant this useless bit of junk with some kind of magical mumbo jumbo? Might trick any magical interference and investigation.
1 sec. Let me see if I can.
I mean, you could cover it in like an illusory script or something.
Yeah.
So then at least there's something weird about it. Because detect magic would pick up illusory script, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So at least it's like something to see.
Yeah. There just needs to be like a powerful illusion charm or something like that. Something that.
Yeah, I think that's all I can do. I can do.
Yeah.
3.
Yeah, I can do illusory script. I think it's the only thing that I can like imbue into something
Alright.
that's not super obvious.
Maybe some of that ancient Maldian shit that you were struggling to understand, Dorwin. That seems pretty powerful.
Yeah, I can come up with something that looks like it's ancient magic.
Fantastic. I knew you had a top forger's eye in you, Dorwin.
Let's have an arcana.
17.
Okay, nice. Yeah, that's all right. Yeah, you know, it's not out and out incredible, but it's pretty interesting. Like to you from a magical perspective, like it can fool a fool.
Sure. Engraved some like Maldiurg things on.
Yeah, nice. Yeah. As in a fellow foolish academic, not like a fool anyone. Okay.
And I'll bring it out and I'll give it to them.
Sorry, I just wanted to look at the guy who made the Witcher music.
I can't see because
Oh,
you're
sorry,
scrolling.
I turn it down so much.
Even from here, I can't.
It's cool.
It looks like a fucking orc.
He does. Orc blood. Okay, sorry, continue.
So I'll give it to the associate, and I'll say, keep it safe. I don't need to remind you of the laws of the Thieves Guild that govern this realm.
He says, as you say this, he says, I wear my mark with pride.
As you should, Kim. And I'll do a little thieves' can't gesture
There's 2 guys in the street.
For like
What are
10
they
minutes. 10 minutes, they're not actually communicating anything. They're just like doing a handshake. They're just doing a fucking handshake that lasts like 5
It's actually
minutes.
just 3 crack addicts.
Yeah.
Okay, so with that, hand it off. Go to bed. Go to bed.
So what's kind of cool, I've obviously been buried in my laptop this whole time, but I've been researching potions. So it's like, it's quite good in terms of like a roleplay sense.
Yeah.
But I've taken myself away because Gesh is feeling somewhat overwhelmed by Squall's End, but has now delved into his archives to
find inner some peace.
to get in amongst it.
Yeah. And any results yet or not?
Yeah. A few more to go though. So if you do want to go, I mean, I'm just personally, if you want to go to your house, I could do with another 10-15 minutes just doing this. But
just making sure, are you factoring in like a good amount of time for the potion craft?
yeah, I'm doing quite basic potions, but I'm also like just coming up with some cool ideas that I want to capitalise on while my head's in it as well.
Yeah. And also, I mean, you know, I know that you're not a hugely money-driven guy or anything, but also potion selling, it's not bad.
Yeah, no.
Ingredients are cheap.
Yeah.
Kind of intellectual.
Yeah, I'll buy some. I ain't selling any. Because like the potions that Gesh makes, he wants to share with his party. He doesn't want to sell.
Yeah.
I want to.
sounds awfully like Ali. Creating potions and distributing them out to his friends.
Yeah, I know. Gesh wants to craft these potions and then see them in action.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to sell them for monetary profit.
Yeah.
And like you saying about how the spoils of collecting gold and stuff like that. What, as a ranger, he just sort of
Don't see it as necessary.
doesn't have that as a priority at all, you know.
Yeah.
And would be very happy living like Esk does back out in the mountains, you know.
Yeah.
So he's pursuing this quest because he's driven by a higher power, but really what's kind of cool is he's just not interested in money.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay.
Are we waiting for the main character?
Current main character. I'll try and give everyone a moment in the sun.
It is cool, to be fair.
Yeah, right. It's a cool place. You guys settle down for the night, and come morning, you all would have slept relatively well after that. Oh, actually,
Oh, your choco
Come on,
ball.
mate. You had one.
That's the best
job.
bit.
You had
These are
one
made
million
for
pounds.
children. How have you messed it up? Oh.
Any more? I'll eat them.
What do you guys think about like an adjustable rest mechanic?
In what
What
sense?
What did you have in mind?
Honest.
So you know how if you go in a dungeon, there'll be like 5 rooms and then a boss,
Yeah.
and you get short rests in between them, but you don't get long rests, you don't get all your stuff back. But what about say for example in Squall's End, maybe you can only long rest once every 7 days.
Why?
Because
Just make
then
it a
you've
bit
got
harder.
the resource management side of the game back.
Yes, but why in a roleplay sense would you only be able to long rest?
I
once
guess
every
because
7
it's
days?
dangerous, you don't want to
Even in the last drop?
no.
Well, so this is the
Are
thing.
you, or
I'm
are you saying
like,
you're
we
going to
just
potentially throw us into something so intense that we wouldn't then be able to rest for 7 days?
Well, we don't know.
I'm looking at it just from a game perspective, basically.
Just to make it more sort of
I
strategic in
would-
terms of managing your resources.
I actually
Enoch is
read
gonna long rest
a
in the last drop for sure. He feels.
Oh, hang on.
Oh,
No,
sorry.
he's discussing a new mechanic.
yeah.
Okay.
I also read a thing on Reddit about someone that did something like this, and they were saying they're a mage, and for me, what that would mean is I would be very unwilling to use any of my spells until the last day, you know? So it's gonna be like, oh no, I've got to save, I've got like a week, I don't know what's gonna happen, so I'm like not gonna do anything, which might make it like less fun. So unless you do
Do
like
you
a
think that
partial
maybe-
recovery or something like
that's
that.
what I was going to say.
I think-
it's like
I
every
think-
day.
I think for gameplay perspective, doing cool shit is dope, and spells are dope. I think the way of resource management is to make everything harder rather than to make resources more scarce, because doing dope shit's cool and fun.
But the only issue with that is it's hard to have like a BBEG encounter in Big Bad Evil Guy.
Yeah.
Like an encounter that's going to drain us enough for it to be like an issue, you know?
I was thinking about this, and I was there are loads of times when we, going through dungeons, don't make active perception checks. So if you just literally, if we ever enter an area and we forget to do it, just make a trap go off. Just literally, just like.
but they've got like a 17 to their passive perception, and there's not many traps that are higher than that. There are certain magic traps and stuff, but like a fucking bear trap, no one's missing that, are they?
No,
I
I'm
would-
saying like a little like poison gas thing or something like that.
I
That's
know, but
pretty-
imagine you walk into a room and you roll a 17 perception, and I'm like, no, you're all good.
No,
And
but
it's
as in,
fucking
we
poison blast.
often don't roll
I know,
active
but I'm saying,
perceptions.
given the passive perception is 17, if you had done an active roll and got a 17,
yeah.
I said there was nothing, that would feel a bit mean, you know.
I-
What were you gonna say?
I was going to say, instead of doing every 7 days, you
Oh,
get
yeah.
everything back. You do say like per day you get 2 spell slots back or something. So you don't get everything back in one go. But then Ferg isn't so fucked with his spells that he's like.
Yeah, I mean, you just
But then you're having to-
You can still short rest.
Yeah, but
can't
I'm
you?
only allowed to do that once per long rest.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so maybe when you're like not in a dungeon and you're in a situation, maybe we do have this extended long rest
but the
thing.
thing
I don't know what
is-
this was saying. And then maybe for arcane, maybe you get repeated arcane recoveries. Would that work? In
Yeah,
terms
that'd
of
be
you still being
fine.
able to do like a good amount of fun stuff.
Yeah, that means I can use spells up to level 6. It would stop me using my like good spells, but you
Or
know.
what about instead of every 7 days, do it something like every 3 days?
The 7 days thing was just like
Just as because if you do it, because then if you know that you've got a long rest coming within within a very relatively short period of time, there's going to be that whole thing of I'm only going to use my spells if it's really necessary, and I know that I'll get them back when I rest, instead of it being like, oh, I can't use any resources because I've got to wait 5 more days before I can get them back again.
Enoch first.
I had an idea just with this about, rather than making it about a recovery thing, maybe you can have baddies that deliver debuffs and more exhaustion, and for me it would be
but
like
all this disappears on a long rest. That's the issue. The long rest is like a hard reset, and it's like I like.
They
the
are
idea,
pretty fucking henny long rests.
I think the way the situation in which this idea would be most justified.
Can I make another idea?
Yeah. I was just saying this one. But the situation in which this sort of mechanic is most justified is during travel, because you are legitimately like, it's difficult to get a proper rest and so it's like, oh, come on, and it's
No,
true,
I'm
but,
joking.
like,
I'm joking.
and it's hard to justify in the city because you do go back to a warm, comfy bed. But then also, if you get in a scrap with someone and you get a gash in your arm, you're not just sleeping that off. I mean, you do got healing spells and stuff like that, I suppose. But it's like, I like the idea of like, we've been here for like 2 weeks and we've been in a place and it's like, this is tough.
So then, when would we get a long rest?
I don't know.
Well,
Maybe just like
How many
occasionally.
how many spell slots do you have?
Oh,
So,
sorry.
I was just gonna say, we are in a city, and a city is fucking massive.
Mm.
So if we do it as a mechanic that we can only get a long rest if we are safe in the last drop, but we're not going to get back to the last drop every single night, because if we have to go to say the other side of the city, we
Yeah,
can't
that's
travel
cool.
back.
That's cool. Let's do that.
Did something as well.
How about this? If Dorwin is damaged, right? Let's say he's 50% damaged, right? Therefore, he can only recover 50% of his spell slots, because 50% of it goes on
healing. I want to try and
50% of it goes on
generalise.
What was your thing? I didn't
So my
hear.
point was that if we play it, that we only get long rest when we're in the last drop, safe and secure.
Like
But we
an
played the
actual
game
thing.
that if you actually were walking to the other side of the city, you wouldn't be able to get back to the last drop every night.
Because the city is so
You'd have to like
massive.
hole
Yeah,
up somewhere
yeah.
and you'd be unsafe and you would
might
get a
have,
short
like,
rest.
a safe haven.
Yeah.
If you get a chance to rest there, you get a full long rest. But outside of that, you can only
Do a
I mean,
short rest.
similarly, I was maybe thinking not all the time, but like maybe in this, like here in Squall's End, maybe to get the benefits of a long rest, you have to have like 2 or 3 days of resting.
Yeah.
Where you've got
well,
got
they
to
do like nothing.
you can't engage with the world, so it's like a.
Because as you say,
Right,
if
we've
you've
got a
got
time constraint,
if
but
you've
like,
got cuts or grazes or whatever, then
Yeah, I
you can
need some
spend some
time
time
to go
like
to the
Lana could
barracks and,
like do
healing
cure
and
wounds and
stuff.
shit like that. Yeah. I mean,
And also having that, maybe an extended long rest like that would also provide you guys with opportunities for downtime of like
Potion
read some of
crafting.
my book or potion crafting or
Yeah, or looking at these documents we've got, or
yeah,
we've
you
got stuff to do.
know.
So maybe you could say that like added on to that then, as being like, oh yeah, here, Dorwin, have a look at these documents that I just pulled out. Say he can't do that unless he decides he's going to have a long rest, because he has to designate a nice. Well, maybe not as strict as that.
5 hours doing
Yeah,
but like
we-
it's like you have to spend a considerable amount of downtime.
Yeah, we
doing
could just
that.
bump a long rest to like 24 hours, including 8 hours sleep. You know.
Yeah.
The only thing is that Dorwin has 16 spell slots. I've got like 8, like psychic ability activations.
Yeah.
So 8.
You're more hampered by it.
Yeah,
And he
I'm-
can't
I'm-
recover them on a short rest.
And I
can't
can't-
then
he?
your
and I can't- and I don't
skills-
have any
Yeah,
arcane.
but then
Yeah, I know,
you
but
have tons of skills that are used outside.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
you've got
uses
spells and
just
stuff.
magic.
Whereas
and
if
you don't.
anything,
he's got
like,
16 attacks, where you've got significantly more.
And I also feel like
Strong
if I'm playing a video game and there's like restrictions, you often end up doing more interesting things.
Yeah.
Because at the moment it's like you're all just full power all the time.
Yeah.
And it's like
I
do agree.
I like that.
I do agree that if you're like on 1 HP and you recover 100% of your HP and 100% of your spell slots, that's OP. But let's say you were on 1 HP, you wouldn't be,
So if you're 50% HP, you can recover 50% of your health and 50% of your spell slots. If you're on 1 HP, you can recover 100% of your health, but none of your spell slots. If you're on 75% of your HP, you can recover 75% of your spell slots.
I'd be keen to do a rolling thing though, where it's like, you know, it's like hit die when you do a short rest. You know, you roll to see how much health you recover, and like roll for spell slots even, rather than just my fixed 6. Because if I use a 6th level spell,
I just feel like we can have a system that works with the like rules as they currently are. Because like at the like for example, take that last encounter. I think that might have been more interesting if you were like, oh, I don't really want to teleport through. You know, like I need to think of something. Because what if I need to teleport later? I think it's kind of a fun idea, but it's like, oh, it's only one. I'm
this
sure
was
I'll
like
get
a
along.
more of a minor side quest, feisty thing.
Exactly,
like,
exactly. But this is, you know, you go into a dungeon, you do 5 little baby rooms, and then there's a big fight at the end, and you're drained, and it's like a tough fight.
Yeah.
But at the moment, there's not a creature in the world that you guys can't take on when you're all at the moment when you're powered up.
I guess if you look at what we've just done, we went in and out of there without them noticing we were even there for the majority
Isn't that-
of it.
yeah, that
And
was
when
very-
they even did know we were there, we just got out.
Yeah,
I didn't even get to
no
use
problem.
Golden Veil of Vengeance. as well.
Exactly, yeah. Like, that was no problem. There was no skin off our nose.
And that was like-
encounters would be
That was like a medium level gang that was like got their
Yeah.
shit together,
and
we
had like
just
traps around and stuff, and we just
fucking
walked through it.
walked through it.
And I think, and as well, to be honest, I do think that the extended period it takes to have a long rest is a good idea. On the basis that at the moment, given that you don't know where Gidella is, you don't know if there's a time constraint or something, you can be like, oh well, we've got some time. Give the guy you're after, Gidella Bumblemeyer, the contact.
I thought you just given up something.
And it's like, oh, you know, we do need to find him quickly, but it's already been this long. At the moment, you can be like, okay, we can use kind of our stuff because we're chilling, but maybe once you find out where he is or find out some information or something, you're like, oh, now there's a time constraint and we can't rest. Let's start being careful about how we operate.
Also, another idea that gives you more control as well is, I think, if we say, we're going to go to this place and we're going to have a long rest, you could, like, say, 12 hours into our long rest of having a downtime, someone rushes in with some information, it cuts it up, and then we're like, oh,
I do
but
like
just
that,
like-
but there's 2 issues with that. One, it's like, if there's constant things happening, it's a bit
no, not
immersion breaking.
constantly, but just every now and again, it could just be kind of cool
Like
to
if,
just
like,
just
if, like,
break it up.
if you want us to be drained for an encounter, you just say, you know, a fire breaks out in the last
Well,
drop, or like, or,
yeah,
you
I
know,
meant
or
more.
some-
I meant more sort of
I don't
story,
know. I
like
don't like
story based
imposing
stuff,
my
like
Yeah.
will into a game like that.
yeah,
I don't-
forcing us.
Yeah, I don't want to be like, oh
I'm-
no, you
I'm-
need to be weak. Like, I want it to be up to you guys, but I just
Yeah.
want the
But
rule to be
but
consistent.
I'm
if
pretty-
you
For,
know, feel more
from,
challenging to manage.
from my perspective,
Yeah,
it
all
would
of
be cooler to have a story-based reason as to why we're weak. Like, you know,
Yeah, that's
someone
what-
rushes in as opposed to just like us not.
But I
recovering
think a
off.
story-based reason could be it literally takes quite a long time to recover from it.
Yeah. I'm down to do like a long rest takes a full day of not doing anything.
Yeah.
Short rest is a short rest, and then maybe like an 8 hours sleep is like basically a short rest, but maybe with some, you know, appendices. Like I get my arcane recovery again, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Just to
I
be
think
like-
arcane recovery makes sense because you don't get much. You don't get
What do you
heaps
get
from
with
it.
Arcane Recovery?
I get spell slots up to 6, so like 1 6th level spell or a 3 and a 3, whatever.
Yeah.
Oh.
And how many 6th level spell slots do you have? Or how many?
2. I got 16 total.
Okay.
1 6, 2
So you-
5.
Okay, so you get like.
Yeah.
over a third.
But what about when it, like, you know, we have these kind of safe havens that places that we know we're safe. Say if we go back to Cooling Grass, we're pretty comfortable there.
Employers
We
is
know
made.
people. Enoch here in the last rock is going to be very comfortable. So tonight you can have a full rest, but maybe the rest of us can't. That kind of thing. So, but then outside of that, we implement this thing of like, if you want a full rest, it's going to take a full day of recovery or 2 days of full recovery.
It'd be cool if we also like were a bit more like Ali as well, and just was like, I'm nervous, I'm not going to get a full sleep, like you said, like you know, and just bit like you know,
Hamstring yourself.
hamstring ourselves a little bit because Ali does it really well.
That's because he loves suffering.
Well,
I like the idea of knowing that it's not going to be easy.
Yeah.
That's what makes it fun.
Yeah.
Of it being like, oh, if I make it a little bit harder, like I don't know where the guest
That's
I
what
also,
it's also
I
about
quite
the
like the
gaming
idea that
spells.
we
Like, if
have to
I
work
run
as
out
a
of spell
team with
slots,
this as
I've
well. Like,
seen
if we know that somebody's weaker,
Yeah, I don't have very bad.
then we can like arrange it so that, okay, we'll stay up, we'll guard you, you get as much rest as you can.
Yeah,
So we
yeah.
almost have to work more together.
Yeah. And this is the
If we're
thing,
not
right? It's
out
like,
in the
I think having this extended long way, because I think like travel is a great opportunity, because I love encounters during travel, but they feel so pointless. Because I'm like, you see 2 ogres, you immediately kill them. You
Yeah.
know, oh look, there's a group of dragons over there, you immediately kill them. It's like,
But you
but
could
if you're
say
having multiple encounters a longer journey, and you're getting weaker each time, you're like, oh fuck, maybe we shouldn't go after that, save that person, because I'm gonna fucking die.
Yeah.
But and part of that is like, if a long rest when you're in the wild is like you need to set up camp and spend 3 days there, that's like a big chunk out of your travel.
Yeah.
You know, it's like we're having to now spend 3 days or a week just recovering so that we can continue at full strength. But whereas in a city or something, maybe it is a 24-hour period where you're, you know, you don't have to be in your room in bed. You could be walking through the street and stuff like that. But like, you're just not on. You know.
Yeah.
I do think it should be kind of dependent on how damaged you are, though. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
like,
that's reasonable.
like if you've got like, if you're like, you know, 95% hit points, it's not. It doesn't seem that realistic to me to take the same amount of time to recover as someone that's on like 10 hit points.
Okay, but also, what about this though? Like, you know, because it doesn't. I mean, ultimately, like, we're trying to make it gamey, a
Yeah.
bit, but also justified. At the same time, you know, like if you expended all your resources, that might take a while to come back. Because say, you know, I might walk for 3 days on a mountain trek, and then I need like 2-3 days to like reset. Because I've expended all my points, but I've not lost any health. I'm chilling. I'm not harmed
Yeah.
myself. I'm just physically exhausted. So maybe once you've burnt through all your resources, it's like, fuck guys, I'm gonna need like a good day or two to like
Yeah.
get my
Maybe
psychic energy.
maybe like a regular sleep, like not a full long rest that we can find somewhere. We just get like 25% of our stuff back, just like flat, you know. So instead of full health, full slots, quarter of your slots, quarter of your health. Then you got to do
I
four.
like that
then you got to do
number.
4 of them if you want to get like a
Yeah.
full.
Yeah,
Cover.
because then you could burn through.
Or if
them,
you're
but
committing
capped
to
at
a long
25%.
rest that's going to take a 24-hour period, then
it's just an
Yeah,
observation
or
as
you can
well
do like a
that
full
in-
day of
in
recovery at
combat,
a safe
there
place and get a
normally
long
is
rest.
or
But
1
if
hour
you're just
of
sleeping in a
sleep
random
and
tavern,
like
you get a
a lot
quarter.
of
And if you want to
physical
get
damage
again, you
is
got to just like take another
you know,
sleep before you go out
in
again.
general.
in,
Yeah.
in general,
Yeah.
what would make it a lot harder would be multiple mages with 1 damage dealer and maybe 2 or 3 like supporting mages who cast either debuff spells or silence or, you know,
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
other thing.
I
You know,
appreciate that.
just in terms of upping the difficulty.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh no, definitely. It's,
just you know, as a slightly different way of looking at it.
yeah, for
It
sure.
seemed like you were.
The main thing with that is one, bit difficult to track, but I can do it. And the second thing is, while I appreciate that for like an in the moment combat encounter to make it more challenging, because I could make the combat encounters way more challenging, but it's hard to justify like every encounter you have is like a deadly 20th level encounter, you know. I would prefer it if like, for example, that fight broke out in there, the encounter you just had. You guys would have crushed that fight, you would have annihilated them, but the idea that you had that fight, and then the next time you're going to buy them another fight, and then you're somehow by the time you're on the 4th one of them, you're like,
tired.
like, I know we've been going to bed each night, but like, we've got to find Gidello, and like, we're on the move.
Okay,
like,
so
you know,
with,
I like
on
that
that, on
idea
that
of you're getting
tone,
drained.
realistically, say that fight broke out in there, 8 Dragonborn in there, right? Roughly, what level in comparison to us would they have been? How many
What's the total HP?
how
of
many
those 8
spell?
Dragonborn?
Hold on. How many spell slots do you think that Palan might have used in that fight? Right?
I mean, you
Knowing
might-
how
Well,
he
it
plays.
depends, because that's the thing about this system. If I'd known, hey, it's night time, we're going to go and have a long rest at the last drop, I would have been happily dealing out my thing.
No. Regardless, right? How many?
No, because you can't disregard that, because if we are implementing the system, then I would
Oh, you might
significantly
have. Okay, without
Yeah,
knowing
I
that
don't
about
know.
the system, how many could he have potentially spent?
Probably in
Well,
about
he probably would have used one every turn.
Yeah, 4 or 5.
Okay,
probably 3 turns of combat.
And then, okay, so with this system, if you knew that you were
Yeah,
going
but
to
I
get
can
20,
double-
3 times,
I could double
3 times
attack,
5 is
so-
15.
if
15
you knew
rounds
that
of
you were going to
15
get 25%
turns of
back
damage for 8
by
percent.
saying we were implementing Fergus's idea,
3 times 5.
yeah, if you were
They
going to
probably
get
have roughly
25%
80
back,
HP each.
would you have? Do you think that, say, that fight broke
Maybe.
out and you acted as the tank in that fight, that you would have been able
Yeah.
to get through that fight
Yeah.
using less than 25% of your resources? Because if so, then 25% is not tough enough. Because if you're saying we have
No,
five,
but
we
it's
have
not-
four fights on the bounce, bang, 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 after 4 days, and then he's just like wakes up on the 5th day and he's like, I'm chilling, let's go, and he's just like normal. 25% is not
But it-
hard enough. Do you see what I'm
I-
trying to say?
I think, but that's the thing that
just
I think.
that-
Sorry, I just think we don't need to make it like super tough. We just need to impose. we just need to impose some sort of limit that
Yeah.
makes us think I shouldn't expend all my things.
Yeah.
I should be a bit more careful.
Also,
And
this
if we get
is-
it back, cool. Like that's fine, and we carry on.
Yeah.
But it
There's
just
a
makes us not
chance-
want to
there's a
use it. That's
chance
the
that you're not.
driving
You have to think
motivator.
about it,
Yeah.
whereas at the moment, I'm
Rather than be like, oh, I'll get all this
reading
back in
that,
2
yeah.
seconds anyway.
Like I'll just make everyone invisible.
Yeah, 6th level invisibility, 5th level
Yeah,
invisibility.
exactly.
Yeah.
I'll teleport you over there. So also it's a bit different when we're in a place where we know we have a place that Enoch has vouched for and said this place is safe as fuck. It's different than if we're travelling for 3 weeks.
Yeah, fair. We're in
and we
school
have
zone.
several
I do,
different
I
areas.
do like the idea of some
Oh,
self-imposed
yes, look at that.
role play in this as well.
I'll
Because
put it
like,
in the TV.
like Enoch, you're sleeping like a baby here, you know.
Okay.
Whereas out on the road,
Sure. It's just on the next to the
Enoch
TV.
might get on just fine, but you might be a little bit more uncomfortable. You
I'm,
know,
I'm,
like,
I'm very happy to say that Enoch does not like travelling, and he likes loves finer things in life, and he said that.
Yeah.
So Enoch would not.
There's a bunch of places I'm nervous to sleep.
Yeah.
But one thing, real quick, the reason, like 25% being better for me than the arcane recovery thing, it lets me use my like more powerful spells more.
Yeah.
So rather I get 4 spell slots rather than like a combined level, because then I'm like, oh, I should just use my weaker spells, you know, which is
Well, I
like
mean,
kind of
are you
lame.
counting the 24%, and so you've got what's the total mathematical total of your spells?
I've got, I don't know, but I've got 16 spell slots, so getting 4 back on a long rest, regardless of level, is cool for me, because then I get to like, it almost encourages me to use my stronger spells, which I like, you know.
Yeah. But also,
I do think that doing dope shit is cool, and
I do agree. I am very much a rule of cool sort of DM in general.
Yeah.
But it's just I'm just realizing that you are never under threat. You know, there's
Yeah.
no risk
It
at the
has to be a
moment. for you
major
guys.
battle before
Yeah.
any of us.
Like that when, like for example, when you guys fought Lord Astanon, like that's not a if there were more resources drained and stuff like that, that would have been like a more interesting fight, you know. And there was so much build up and hype
it
to
was pretty interesting.
It was a
I
cool
mean,
fight. It was.
We
I
did
mean-
have
I mean, like,
resources drained.
I was
Yeah,
like,
he did have
like,
resources.
like a couple of us
Yeah.
went down and stuff. Like I was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you're right, that's
But
unlikely
also,
to
but
happen.
also in
Yeah.
that situation, that's a big battle that we knew was coming.
Yeah,
and we were
yeah.
probably going to be well rested for that anyway.
And you were conserving your
Yeah.
resources as well. Like you
Yeah.
started quite a lot. I remember you being like.
I was pretty much out of spells.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Oh, yeah.
I had like 2 psychic abilities left.
Yeah, fair.
out of
But
eight.
but you know,
Yeah.
that's more fun than
And
fighting your full power.
I went down because I didn't have any more psychic abilities left.
Yeah, fair.
So it actually did make a difference. Have you thought, just as a thought, now obviously we are all incredibly powerful as a group of 5. There are ways in combat that I can think about that would split us up into smaller groups, whereby, you know, there was like a portcullis like drop down from the.
You're all so fucking hypermobile, man.
Well, I mean, but
Like most of you can teleport.
yeah.
Really can turn into anything. Gesh can fly.
I
you
can
know,
fly now.
you
as
can
well.
fly now.
Yeah.
Dawn
But
can
most of the
fly.
time-
yeah, you can
Mo-
almost fly.
Most of the time we're in dungeons and stuff, and if you say that I can't see through it, if you
So
say like,
how often are we doing dungeons? We've done like 4.
well,
Exactly.
we're in
Like-
effectively a dungeon now.
No.
Well, it's inside, so
What,
flying's
just
useless.
any building is a dungeon there?
Kind of, because flying's useless.
But I
But we
mean,
didn't even fight
But we
anyone.
can just get out whenever we want, you know.
Yeah.
That's kind of not what dungeon's about.
I tend not to do dungeons too much because they're a little bit boring. I find sometimes, like the dungeons we've done have been alright and like very work intensive, not a tremendous amount of reward.
What about like because sometimes we don't cast just as a thing from like listening to other DMs when I occasionally on YouTube. They utilize invisible magic traps to gain resources like way more than you do. And I just think that say like in a battle, for example, you roll, everyone give me a con save in a battle. A trebuchet has landed in. Everyone give me a dex save. Whoever fails, you get hit by a trebuchet or something like that.
Hell yeah! I like shit like that.
Or there are loads of like random things that or like a massive AOE spell effect that just appears in front of you.
I'm going to the kitchen.
You can't see, you can't see.
And it was cast by the leader from
it's just
the tower.
it's just a random, spell that happened. I think there are a lot more ways of draining our resources that I don't think you're using to not to Chris.
No. Input like that is super valuable.
Like an invisible magic trap that we can't perceive unless we cast detect magic, and we don't cast detect magic very often.
Not in battle.
Exactly, and in a battle, like there's a trebuchet or a fireball that just pings off, and you flip every round. You roll a dice. If it's above 10, the party gets hit by a fireball. Just or something.
I think a lot of the time I find
I'm fucking super up for shit like that.
I am too. I'm just thinking about it because I tend to
I think you get a bit bored with battles.
I think I tend to sort of stick to the rules a little bit.
Okay.
I think I don't.
Is that not is that out of the rules? Just having a fucking. You're the DM, mate. You made.
No, of course. Of course. Like the DM can do what they want, but in my mind, and potentially it's not the right way to go about it because you guys are quite powerful. But all of the abilities and things. So, for example, in an instance where I am everyone make a con save, it's because this creature has a thing where if you get got by it, you have to run away or whatever. And a lot of these things, DCs are quite low a lot of the time. And I just look at them and I say, I'll do that because that's how the game is balanced. When in reality, I could just ramp stuff up as well.
Yeah.
But again, while I agree in general for combat encounters and in draining them in that moment, what I think is more, at least to me, what I think is an interesting way to play the game is this longer view of the resources.
I mean,
it's not
applies absolutely every single
because D&D is built for dungeons, right?
It is,
Originally it's you just had dungeons, it's all about long-term thing management.
It's based solely around combat.
We do it a lot more role play than is kind of intended.
I would be quite. I mean, for me. I'm not really a spellcaster. So I don't really have.
But you sort of have spells.
Yeah.
You've got drainable resources.
Yeah, I've got one drainable resource. I think for me it would be more about what would I think be cooler is situations which are story based where you can't take a long rest. So let's say we got back let's say it's 2 a.m. when we got back, right? To take a long rest, we'd be up at 10 a.m. to take a long rest. And instead of saying it there's we don't recover because we have to wait 2 or 3 days, I think it would be cooler if we can't take a long rest because our long rest gets interrupted by
the day starts.
It's nonsense because am I just having to constantly come up with interruptions?
So I think that
you don't even have to if you can't think of one, you just say
But then we're just going to
exactly, that's the
not
same
doing
thing.
that.
So I like what you're saying, but I think ultimately I think there's an element that we have to consider of trying to put it onto each individual player.
Yeah, I want player agency.
And to make it ultimately make it a bit easier for Oscar as well, because he's already having to remember loads of shit. So if he does like a blanket rule where it's like every night you only get 25% of your resources back unless you're sleeping in a safe haven, then that's like something that every person has to manage on their own, you know?
Yeah.
However,
And
the idea of also having the occasional interruption that might fuck with some of your resting would be really cool for resource management.
Yeah, I can throw stuff in like that.
Doing it all the time though, fair enough, is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Occasionally,
Yeah.
I think would be really cool because it's because like say Dorwin does his invisibility, he uses the spells, and then all of a sudden we get burst in on by Luke in the middle of the night. Oh, someone sold me my relic back, or something like that. What do I do?
I paid so much for it.
then we're all awake and we're like, yeah! And then it's like fucks with it, and then it's like, okay, now I've got to manage this new situation.
Yeah,
you know?
or that 25%, that can be like a, not a flat rule, but like everyone could come up with their own thing. So like for each person, and maybe it's like 25 doesn't work, but like, you know, we each have our own new recipe.
Do you think trying to make a blanket
I
rule
do quite like
would be...
25% is interesting because it means that you can go out and do one thing and know you can expend 25% of your resources safely.
Yeah.
And also,
beyond that point, you have to make the decision of
are we
going
gonna
to
Is
Exactly.
25% of your resources though?
If not, then great, I'll spend some more. If we are,
Yeah,
if I feel like
exactly.
we are, then I'll hold back.
or
Six
vice
free,
versa,
whatever.
you engage really hard in the first
Well, I could
place,
do
and
it
then in
per-
the next battle you've got to take
per
your
We
spell
could
level.
almost have like 3 categories of rest. We could have the short rest, an hour, standard rules that you get from short resting, arcane recovery.
Yeah.
We could have the normal long rest, which is 8 hours, which you don't necessarily get all your hit points back. Maybe you still have to
25%.
spend hit die. You get 25% of your stuff.
Of all
And
your
then-
resources.
Yeah, of all your resources. And then the third one is like respite,
Yeah.
where you've taken a couple of days,
That's
you've
nice.
had a bath,
Where did
Yeah.
we
you're like, you've gone to the casino, you're like chilling out.
Sucked off Boyer's crest.
Yeah.
Sucked off one, you had a mouthful of spunk.
Yeah,
You
so,
get to go.
so we make a long rest take ages and a full day of relaxing and stuff.
Yeah, we'll call it respite. We'll have short
Sure.
rest, long rest, and respite. Or something
Alright,
like that.
and now a long rest is limited recovery.
25% resources, and I reckon you've got to stick with hit die.
How we...
Same as the short rest.
So how many hit die do you get?
Okay.
You can choose
11.
how many.
But it's
One.
limited.
Yeah.
It's capped out at 11. Yeah.
So short
Oh, is it
rest...
into the respite?
So you can use 11 hit die until you have to take a respite to.
So this is a very
Okay.
personal spanner to throw into that. How is 25% going to work with wild shape?
Yeah, that's the other thing. It's like one time. I guess what.
I mean,
I've got to take 2.
do you get so you don't?
It's 2 per
Recover
long
on a
rest.
short rest.
No.
Well, you have 1 then.
Great, thank
So you
you.
can't become an elemental
No, fine.
unless you're.
Yeah.
That's good. That's quite a
So
good
with the
limitation
short
to
rest,
have.
I also
I'd
like
probably
the idea of,
burn
like,
fucking
say, you know-
School's Ender.
Oh hell yeah! I mean, this is one of the things that I'm thinking about with that mechanic as well. I mean, I don't know what's going to go on with stuff, but say for
I'll
example
try
you're
not
out
to.
watching who are like, right, we're gonna like storm Obsidian Gate or something aggressively. You know, right, let's have 3 days to
Yeah.
make a plan. We're like recovering so that we're full power
Respite.
when we hit it. So yeah, with your respite. So it's like I like the idea of like if you know something's big's coming. Like, I think it makes sense that if a big thing's coming, not only do you need to make sure you're geared up, but like the actual planning process of something big is
Yeah.
like long as well.
Also, I would vote for on a new long rest, like once per day things coming back, like Dragon's Breath and Minute of True Sight, stuff like that.
Yes.
I think they should come back.
I think so too.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, because that's actually
Like
daily round.
magic,
Yeah.
magic items and stuff.
Yeah,
like
shit
that.
like that.
Yeah.
So basically, it's just spell slots, psychic slots,
HP.
and then HP is hit die now.
Yeah.
So when you say
Oh,
HP is hit die, because obviously at the moment short rest you use 11 hit die, right? For a short rest. For you,
Well,
when
you
you're
can
doing
use as many as you want, up to 11.
up to 11, okay, and then so what's the long rest now going to be?
Full health. Oh, long rest.
So
No,
long
Same
no,
with-
no, the
same with-
respite is
same.
the
Sure,
is the
long
full
rest,
recovery.
same
Long
with
rest
hit
is the
die.
same HP as short rest. You get 11 hit
I
die.
feel like.
Okay, and then what are we doing for recovering health with the short rest now then?
It's
Hit
all the
die as
same
well.
pool.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the
Okay.
same pool.
Yeah.
you
So
hit
between
die
short
back.
rest and long rest,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
get just
Oh,
11.
that's good.
I like that.
That's-
Yeah.
Because I was going to say that would, that's
So you do get
I
the
like
and
that.
down. You
Yeah.
can, of course, expend spell slots to heal yourself and drink potions and stuff.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
fine,
yeah,
yeah.
but you know.
Okay, so
Yeah,
short rest and long
because
rest,
I
we
think
only
that's
use the
gonna make us,
short
like,
rest
manage
health
potions
now.
and stuff so much more.
I think it's just
Yeah.
going to make me steal way more stuff.
That's fine.
That's a,
Yeah.
that's a new thing
And it would make
added
sense
the
to do
game.
That
it
does
in
make
this
sense.
way.
That's
Yeah,
Enoch, that's
I
Enoch
like the idea
behaviour.
as well of like.
And we
you know,
might get a bit more desperate and a bit more like, oh, good.
No, I guess you won't.
And if you're
Bananas,
having to
fucking
buy
go
or
into the
steal
dark side.
potions, that's quite fun
Yeah.
as well. Like you got a lot of money. The only like one of the things in D&D that they say is like one of the only things there is to buy other than property and like trade and stuff is potions because they're really expensive. So, like,
Maybe we can do a thing as well where like if we have a full meal, we get like +1 hit die, shit like that, and like
yeah, we can just
like
throw in little like
yeah,
Nice
or
feast
guest
thing that I
can
can
make
do.
Oh,
like
it's so cool if like we
Say
have
again.
fucking
You know that
like,
feast thing I could do?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my god, I could just do that every night.
Like go and like take us all
No,
out to a
waste the
fucking
special.
lovely
Yeah.
restaurant.
Yeah,
which
and
will
'cause-
then
and
maybe get, like,
because
a
they
nice
have
one.
the
'Cause that's a very Enoch
and they
thing
have
to
the
do.
rations
Yeah.
thing as well, like how much do you want to spend on food for the night. Sure, if you spend like more gold, you get like more hit points, whatever. Like you could add that stuff as well.
Mm.
Bit
But
of temp health.
yeah,
Or bit of temp.
yeah, I was thinking as well like you know if you're out and about and like Gesh rolls to see if he catches anything that night. If he doesn't, you know, it's -1. But if he does, you will get a +1. You can
Yeah,
do little
yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
recover 1 hit die because you found a deer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
So what? So add an extra hit die onto. Like,
There's no way of
onto
doing
short
that
run.
on the website.
So we just
Yeah, there
have
is.
to, we're gonna have
Yeah, there
to
is.
roll
And
it.
You can unselect
Okay.
a hit die.
So yeah.
Once you've used it, you can like just
but
get
then
one
if
back.
you click on it again,
It won't do it.
it won't
but,
automatically roll your hit things.
but all
Really?
you'll have to do,
Yeah,
yeah. So
You'll
all,
have to
all
manually
we
roll
have
it.
to
Just
do is
manually
just
roll them
use
and add
the-
it manually.
Use the checkbox to see how many you've used between each respite, and then just roll it.
Roll it manually
Yeah,
and add it
yeah.
yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So right. So summarise. We're gonna do the
We'll
short
start
rest,
fresh
long rest.
now because
Yeah.
you'll burn
Short rest, long rest is gonna use the 11 hit die.
I've already long rested.
Yeah, we'll long rest.
Oh, sure.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Because
And
I
also,
didn't know I was gonna.
I'm gonna say because I love fucking it for myself. I haven't long rested.
Yeah, I'll
I-
say the same.
I
but
also-
Lana would not be comfortable.
Yeah.
I also
not
vote
comfortable,
to
so-
keep long rest named a long rest just for the sake of confusion.
Okay.
And a
so
medium
should-
rest is called a medium rest or
Alright,
fucking
sure,
like
sure.
a
So we do
recover.
short
Okay.
rest,
Oh, so
medium
long
rest.
rest
So
is rest
yeah.
rest.
Okay.
Yeah.
So long. Yeah. Fine.
Medium rest sounds shit. Though.
Sure, we'll call it like a recover or something.
Yeah.
Medium rest is fine because everyone
short-
can understand where it's
A
Yeah,
at.
yeah.
short, a short
We
rest
don't
is a
understand.
nap, a long rest is a sleep,
Or-
and a long rest is a day chilling.
Or
Yeah,
just-
he's
or
already
just-
finished.
Or just
No,
a,
it's short, medium, long.
You
or
said
just
long
a rest.
You said long rest twice.
Yeah,
So
that's
the
rest.
old, like the long rest
Yeah.
currently is a nap, and then the new long rest is a day.
And it shouldn't be
day
too
chilling.
confusing because I think we'll all know when we're doing an actual long rest.
Because we all discuss it anyway.
Yeah.
yeah.
But a long rest is full
So wait,
reset,
and
so
then
we'll do
Yeah.
short,
spells
medium,
we get
long.
25%.
Or yeah, short rest,
Spells
rest,
really
and
got,
long
like,
rest.
Health
Okay.
is like, chilling. Okay. Yeah, cool.
And
Oh,
so, one more thing, we can choose which spells to get back, or is it?
Which spells?
Which
we'll
spell
go
slots?
with that for now
Yeah.
and see how it goes because I
How-
don't want
yeah.
to lock you out from your big spells.
How do
Yeah.
you work out 25% then?
So how many? Just how many?
So
spells
you
do
do
have?
your total thing, you divide it by 4, and then that's how.
Oh, what? Really? Is that maths?
Yeah, so
You got 7, have you?
Yeah,
Oh,
do
no,
we
you
round
got-
down
I've
or do
got
we
10.
round
I've got
up?
10.
You got 10.
Fucking hell, 2.5.
Do we round up or down?
Let's round it down.
what do you do in D&D usually? Up or down?
You roll it
You
down.
normally roll. You normally
Round it down.
Fair.
You
Round it
normally
down.
round it down.
Go on.
You normally round it
I'm
down.
down for that.
I mean, it's custom choice.
You normally round it down.
I'm down for round.
You don't.
Yeah, we're on right. It's Harold Hobry, mate.
Also, do you remember when we spoke about? Have you made sure that you've been adding additional spells? Remember when we spoke about that a little
No,
while
I
ago?
haven't been.
Just check how many spells a ranger's supposed to know at 11th level.
Okay.
Also, I can do it.
I'm so jealous of your
Oh
spells.
wait, sorry, I think I misunderstood this.
My
Is it 25% of
Yeah.
the spells that you've lost, or 25%
Wait, so
of
how
your
how
total
much
spells?
outweighs
Yes,
the-
honestly,
Oh, I see,
you
okay.
have
Right,
such
right, right.
6 spells available to
Oh,
you.
that's
So if you just
okay.
use 2 spells, you
Yeah.
get back.
What subclass of ranger are you?
Great.
Yeah.
Drake Warden.
Drake Warden, that's why I got Dragos.
Fair.
Cool. I have to go in like 20 minutes.
That's fine.
I'm
Sorry,
probably
Corey.
gonna call it there, to be
Yeah,
honest.
no, we've had such a non-end
Yeah.
to the non-sessiony end of the session. So,
So
that's
can I
Did we need to sell the relic? Was that happening?
So
It's being
you
valued
should
for
know
us.
7
Oh, yeah.
spells.
And it's code
Oh,
back.
7.
And you're
Okay,
gonna
I
do
didn't know.
fight
Oh
first,
yeah,
right.
known 6 out of 7.
Okay, cool. So you got one more to add.
I'd be a Gloomstalker.
I know you would, James.
Yeah, but I like Dragos.
Yeah. No, I know you do. It's so thematic for you.
I've calculated my spell level total, so I can do it per level if we prefer, rather than just slots.
I mean, that would be a more fair way to do it, I think.
yeah.
But yeah.
So what, you added all your spell slots and the level we're at,
Yeah,
and then divided
yeah.
that total by
Yeah,
20.
yeah.
What is the total number?
Total is 47, so I'd get like 12.
12, and then arcane recovery
Wait,
6.
so
is it?
a 6 level slot is 36 points.
No, 6 levels plus 6
6
points.
points.
Yeah.
Yeah, hang on.
Just add up the
Why have I
levels.
times it by 6?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, arcane recovery is up to half my level, so I get like 5 or something.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, normally rounded up.
True, 6 now, yeah.
So
So it's double a short rest.
that makes sense.
Sounds good to me.
We've done it correctly.
Cool.
Do we want to do that then? Add up this total.
Let's try it.
Totals.
Yeah.
Let's try it. We'll start doing that if
What?
it starts becoming really
'Cause then it's
annoying
more
or.
of an exchange of how much you expend versus how
Yeah.
you rather than just.
Sorry,
Because
so
otherwise you'll only cast your biggest spells if it's going to get the slot back.
Yeah.
You know?
Well,
Like why wouldn't you?
Cool. Great.
I mean, why
Also
wouldn't I
God.
with the normal long rest? I don't do that currently. But
what did you say?
No, but like if you could spend first level, say you've got a chromatic orb and you want to kill someone, might as well do it at 6th level. You know, if you're going to
I
get a
see,
point
I
back
see.
anyway.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, fair enough. All right,
Yeah.
we'll do it per level then.
What was that?
Just every time you go, then you make yourself invisible. You're like, everyone else is invisible too.
Touch.
Oh, before we wrap up, do you want to tell us what these like contract-looking things
yeah.
are?
Oh,
that
yeah,
Doorway
sure.
might have a
Sure.
quiz
I'm
out.
gonna scoot.
Yeah, sure. Let's check.
Let
it.
you boys.
No.
Oh, should we save it? Should we save it then?
We can do
Do it
that,
next
mind,
session.
yeah.
I don't mind if
Yeah,
you
yeah.
want to just
Yeah,
do that.
It's fine.
Don't mind.
Get Will involved.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll stay now.
No.
Oh, mate, honestly,
It's
it's
contract.
going to be max 5
It's
minutes.
only going to be 5
It's
minutes.
going to be max 5 minutes.
well then I'll stay.
All right, Gesh,
I'm
going to
fine.
bed early.
Hey, I still want to be involved.
So,
Enoch's in my ear, like, just like this. Well, he's in my head, actually, with his dick out.
as you are.
That's just your fantasy.
Oh.
I'm no part of that.
Oh, yeah.
As you're kind of skim reading a few of these different contracts and stuff, you can see that there are various deals made. Most of them are with black market deals for supply goods and trade goods. Some of these are sort of quite high, like quite expensive protection rackets too. I'm going to call it racket for one person, but it seems like these guys, based on this, are like considered pretty solid bodyguards to have in the mob, which is handy information. You come across a one piece of text which is particularly eye-catching, which is just a note regarding a large transaction. Where they say they had paid Luke 10,000 gold for the relic. So that's confusing. But yeah, otherwise, I mean, you know, all of these people that there are contracts with, there's nothing to say that these contracts would be void for any reason. Necessarily. So then you've got potential sort of bargaining chips here and stuff like that. They're tools that you could potentially use, whether it's information or whether it's dealing with the Stormgaters and saying, hey, you know, if you need some money, you can buy back this contract or whatever, you know. But you've got kind of a list of maybe like 10 or 12 contracts that are various stipulations. It's essentially just their most profitable sections of their gang business. Yeah.
Yeah, before you said 10 or 12, I just thought in my head maybe like 10 or 12. Weird.
But yeah, so just so everything's clear now, and I know you're all putting this together, but just that's something that's kind of fun, is so Luke has sold them a fake relic,
Yeah,
and got the money for it.
yeah.
They'd obviously
Kidnapped her.
clocked it's fake, got him back, and then you guys got scammed into saving him.
One good deed after another.
And yeah, them two have 10k hanging around somewhere.
I wonder if that gang want to buy a second relic.
I wonder if how deep sleep are they? You know, they'll rummage through their stuff.
Would you like to know? On your way up to bed, put your head down.
That's all right.
Enoch rolled a 23 for a stealth.
As as you silently crack open the drawer, you see a wide open window and flowing
I
curtains.
knew it.
You've been had, Malone.
So have you.